Citizen TV, the citizen's power. 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 Citizen TV, the citizen.
Bills are air bar. Say, and yes, won't tear see it.
Serious, very serious.
But what call more officer?
Only about could be say a problem. My make or Dodowa branch. And if your mama bill within 3 months, no mama bill 8,000. Then I make call her. No, say a problem, a fault. No, yeah, no, me bar 2,000.
Just Omato so.
That's a near to her. We had to pay. Into year 2 years, a semi couldn't come home in a member and the Abba pram her, but me couldn't because of management once a while or coffee. But he doesn't even sleep there. On your she or her. Then I have the bills a family phone so because I postpaid.
Yeah.
Into me, me check a month or so, and I'm a shed bill I beba. Na kakra na measure beba nama. But I said yes, until that when you are married, 500,000. 1,005. And I'm kind of need to mean now, ain't ya bella or beyond 50 or every time we check, at the end of the month, we are checking the increment. You cheers, ya break. Into the kind of own two, no job I can know because it's too much. What year, one year may near or beyond 50 or bill the kwan or the money.
Okay.
Come for false.
Anyway, okay, so you didn't come about water bill, light bills. We are sending me a message. I'll say, very true. Yesterday, my credit was 199 Ghana cedis. The lights went off. When power was restored, my prepaid read 154, which means about 40 Ghana cedis. Ateko, yedum kania, niyeswa, yanoso omotiye. Hey, mitimi fie menka se dum nkania udum nkania so a yen so yese metua dum so no yese metua dum so no eka se ekufo ado dum nkania aso nti yese otua. I see. Oh, sorry, we're free. So okay, so being Justice Commander, previously I was paying 60 Ghana cedis. Now I'm paying 1,400 in a betifico. Hello?
Yeah, I'm Pacha Katamina.
I'm Pacha.
I'm Pacha Medi, Philip. Because that's what I see.
Okay, Philip, Yankasa.
But let us say with the heading. It took quite last November 2011 if you are called water regime. In the meantime, we let go off. In the order of you, so there, on the meeting where separate you'll be any meeting. You then you need like 10 appearance, so I mean, say like the prepared answer. In the I want to record toy. We turn no a cow, so not like to ask any village, you know. The turn a car that's 153. And because you need to 180. Now, like up to now, let's number. You called last week. I went to my Yama, Mr. Mamba. Almost using that you.
I see.
Hello.
Me too, me follow.
Almost using it. You called last week, Friday. I went to my Yama, Mr. Mamba. Almost using it. You like what you with them. Be all like a family like.
I see. Also, what if
No, I see, I didn't see it.
Okay, all right, Mate, me that's it. Okay, Yankodi and come on, F4. Hello?
Hello, Bobie.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Poam.
Yes, sir.
Where I was down, God, could for the call.
Okay, your doctor for Yankasa.
Oh, Commander, I feel they said the why.
Mate.
You say so. But you say see a conference I can cow. You know, you might do people, most said the man I was Steady Montino, did a bump of Commander, yeah, some mechanics on Bobie, me Fuliga, with the mechanic, me Tano.
Also,
Commander, I feel my
Tobo, hello, Tobo. Also, yeah, they.
But me Fuliga, I'm aware because we did the back at in the same in Brother. We meet Tano, Mendica also. To score a card also. And I'm in the bar, we can say, I like you. I don't see, me need a license to me call Quasima. On office in war. We'll be able to call me, got 2 months back 3 hours. I don't know a place at the moment I'm in the buyer. We've been in the buyer and I'll see where do I fly and on to me before I'm the card and says, I chose a whippers. It's in 2 to 4 and it's never right. And I'm going to go was there 1 week. Macomb was there really 8 days. Almost from 1 mile. It was a day, command I mean a day. It was me, Zuliga, that all about the chain, I mean, on the trail, the stomach I view. Fire, it will be, I do want to say, yeah, in deep balance, but we'll be only a day. We need this kind of condition because we meet our floor. And the way they come in your mouth. Because no, I don't see the women, and me, to bottom, and I'm kind of control. I don't command water bills, you know. You say water bills will be there while you can also buy it. But that man transfer, that man to go to that chain that a man transfer that the year. It's mainly traffic. I don't want him to go at that. It's so maybe about 2 weeks or that man to be around. I better asking at that the woman to the back.
Anyway, all right, okay, thank you. I want you to about for you illegal. All right, so Emmanuel, I'm not watching us live from Ododo constituency. We have Emmanuel electricity boss. I have a credit of 1,000 Ghana cedis on my meter, but the meter keeps on going on and off. Anyway, now Vivian upon us here, we have Edu Amankwa on our page. After someone says, it is Doom CSA bills. It's very true. When the light goes off, anytime it comes back, almost 50 Ghana cedis. Osman Hudu. Now we have such a sense here. The water in not the camo, but they bring bills monthly. The last time I told the engineer at Tema Committee 1 that if they don't know and they bring a new water bill again, we will make them see something small like what happened in Etiwa. Okay, so this one is coming from such a sense. And I'm out for complaining. I don't know. Minim were experienced with light bills and water bills. Okay. Minim your experience with light bills, but people are complaining. Minim say CTV most munya the same complaints.
The same thing, Bobie. The same thing everywhere. I remember last time na me church member be kasa about light bill. was ne de no cry de enye postpaid prepaid na within be a best 1 month no otimi to light no credit no more than 200 and answer 500 Ghana crampo was would the goose what said they say yeah pam light no would the goose anasa would the goose anasa would the goose anasa
but it seems like Obia and Fahon nobody is doing anything about it because unim me if you me yam shishime ma emebuna wasisu no opeso no nko akotena
oni boafobia
light bill water bill and sanyema mienu wei eye enema efri nipa abrabo mu a unye nipa ema unye nipa bi
obeda abobra no
say how can you sleep without light
and I say obeda kra sorry anopa abakrom without water. It's not possible.
Anyway, hello. Yes, sir.
You're from Big Joe.
Big Joe, Pacho. More video don't come from my wife, Pacho. Yeah, hello? Yeah, Big Joe. Yankasa.
Library na water bill in the day. In fact, you come here. Pa. Na uko complain was a leakage. You only could give us a home bar, one cashing there. Na to say, make us say, I'm going to do. Na I said to Kwanena my first crying there. And only a program be about Sakoko project. What coffee would the one I don't know. And I'm afraid I'll be an of some of air or the number from of air now make a security bear woman. Okay, I was a security man.
Okay,
na your border town war would the war a day. Na queen announced him a cocoon no ebano. Na per
Martin,
my kitchen no channel oba with me.
Martin, Mama, me producer Afro.
Okay, Martin.
Okay, me that's it. Now, Uncle Benjamin says, Commander, I'm staying with my girlfriend. We are only 2 in the room, but we buy prepaid 50 Ghana cedis every 3 days. Baba Rufai says, Commander, I'm watching you live from Hanover, Germany. Jakpasu, Esse, Tema New Town. For the past 2 weeks, in so inflow. All right, so we have another tester here, but back to the studios. Many, if you Brempoma, Kai News CTV, yeah, TV station, your sister station. So we are in the same building. But let's come back. If you water bill, and no bidding the water bill betray me. December would 337 Ghana cedis.
It's possible.
January, the same volume of water. You know, the person is paying 600.
It's possible.
Really?
It's possible. Now, Commander She, me huna diebi. Sanya ekosu nyina no nsuo na ebugu a water Ghana water for eyi wo moni. Baby amete right now.
Yeah.
Baby amete sisi omude omale pipe no ama na baby a pipe no fire no dua bia besi so am say dua na nyini dua na nyini na ne hini ni mia pipe no
pipeline
nti ama pipe na pai ena ntam hofo ankasa ena say abura na omanyan ena omotu dua na se ena omde cement
ayem
ne nsuo ni bugum ena omonsa now it's not like say womon kanche Ghana waterfall me ankasa makoho ama lady ba kwa ka hye me se Ghana waterfall ka betwa mu mo ka kire omo se ensuo sei ni sei no sei na asai nti ke be ya nkomo ma mehwe e mo mu si baaye omo si ba be ka mo se nkrofo na ete ba bia ensuo na pai no omo mom na ntwadua no omo twetwe ska nkope doma machine ni emetwadua no omo ntutudua ni hini ansa na omaba abe fix problem no ye de webu man
Wow. Meba, hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Medindi Agaza one, Makasavi Trazaku.
Okay. Agaza and Kaza.
Pacho, Nana, T, Mamika Sambu, sa light problem wenu, a high now.
Light bills,
no. More compact house be. Compared was now me one every month be a top prepaid, but this time the month no end so na prepaid nasa. Omo light off now mo sope na a prepaid no and really abafom. Nti sisi a prepaid no sa sisi a mini we kasa sisi a ka amudi ka abatu we no so sisi a mini wa ye kasa ka na omudi batu so no yempe yendika wo mita no so but say omutwi u prepaid ni sa na asa na omudika abatu mita no so amaw nti se uko office wa na omumfi wo uko office wa omumfi mini wo kasa sisi abra lakeside ECG office never share nkrofo omugu ho sisi a ya complain sa obi enfiye Saka na ebeda mita no so no every hifa because me aware say mita ni media mita ni obivu brodia mita no yendika wo so every month bia ye tua but so omutwi ye de na ye to no ye de na ye to kra no omutwi sa na asa na omudika abetu so up to now me ni ye kasa de bia miti sisi because of a car winti obi ajan ni mita wo ho on use mita no biom just imagine nana Ghana ECG for
anyway. Okay, all right. So Jacob, K Tekute says all this light and water issues, no, it's just about leadership. That's all. All right, Dexon Dagadu says, Commander, please, I have issues with someone and I want to report the case to the police. And I want to report the case to the police. The only thing the police officer told me is that I should go to my hometown and do farming. I see. Anyway, I'm say a more of a private matter than what is related to what we are discussing. Shaibu Muhammad says, Commander, what is more annoying about this water issue is the bills. The water is not coming. It's not flowing. Yet they will bring you bills that, I mean, it doesn't make sense. But if you are maybe a problem kakra with these issues, because I wish somebody can talk about this matter. Politicians should discuss this matter. Say water because water bill like a continue say ya a bedroom baby Ghana ni on obey illegal.
Na say illegal na ekoso na dey.
Me chese bedu baby o ebeti aka the whole Ghana because enye easy o. Obi ya adwuma or any just 500 Ghana cedis.
Obede tua water bill. Obede tua light bill.
No at all like 200 300 Ghana at the end of the month.
Ebi kura brosa. Ebi brosa 200 and 300 now wo kan ho ase.
It doesn't make sense.
Wahu. Enti nipa no ne obeya ne se ne obewiem. Obewie bia ka ho. Because ntimi ntria and ade no so I cannot live without it. And yet they met me about me bra without light, without water. What are you funny say?
Now they are firm.
You be firm. They say a cost to pa. Me assure say no cry can be na ma ECG for me or muntimi share light no. And I say Ghana water for so ntimi nsum yesum pa because sanke ye de nneoma nyina egu akwamu na yeteten nneoma so wo man mu an kebe boama amafo ho be ha wo mo enya sa de ne anwuamu na na bekoso
because me this issue about see 15% on electricity no enyamaso we are already paying it. We are already paying it. We are already paying it. I mean, anyway. Thank you for passing through.
That's
good. All right. Okay. So that's it. Me for last caller, right? Hello. Okay, I am so on Wako, so that's it here. And the Moles is here. Udaduji also is here live on a 100.5. But I say, Mesre Ora John Mahama say Utiemia. na problem no onka safa eye ekwaye a obetimi afa so aboa oman we na light bill any water bill no it's too much too much ebi awa wutie me ne de wo ska de betua wo na wo mo ni bie obi ya adwuma oje 500 Ghana 600 Ghana 800 Ghana enipa no bosume so a or to light almost 300 400 or the same betua water bill or the same eto aduane ama ne madi and normally no kwa proba both MPP and NDC this kind of issues mentality ebia no man kabidia but minim I know John Mahama wo adwene obetimi dia ye bibi e wo saade no he should speak to it for us. We talk about fuel prices, we talk about aduane prices, but water bill and light bills and who said you must bill at the end of all woman kwa na to mo brofo who said you must see a bit here amount for air bre amount for tiem pa amount for come our them amount for struggle and at least anya ye kura no obiadi 19 years 20 years opese ono so okobo bra kakra then this person when we saw bit me from Esra say oh cheme 20 cities na me fan to light yeah cheme 50 cities na me fan to light enya ne yam komo enya aduane first pa no na aduane ne nkrofo dwene ho say na kom di nipa no kura kom di no ewuro di no ontumi ntonsuo kom di no ewuro di no enti ohye ekom no ene ahuhuro no a ene esade a onya 50 bi kura de toilet na fan no bebo amwatimi ada kakra why yatie mamu why identity yes yatie mamu ye won resources ye wo bibia na yetimi bre enipa ba bre enipa ba wusia nkrofo timi se adwendwene da nipa ne so wutimi se nipa na ni abre why enti nyansani bia ni o mai we mu obetimi aboa yen why these are the issues. And here I see a tackle. You will hear them talking about GDP and the NDP. Kwasi ake kankwa. Kwasi asemunkwa. The real issues are there. We are not talking about rent. You need any system biya ebetimi ama obi a obobra o hye abrabo ase o hye abrabo ase then you need 15,000-20,000 to go and rent obeda abobra no obeda dan no obi awies ka no de akogum paase oba besia no awies ka no de akogum paase akwala obobra o here 20,000 15,000 to rent a place. If you ever be catch you say 1 year or 2 years. And I cried yes, so the man no aba obi brain is kakesi no aba say 2 na usika nieje na obi so ope because obi ama ska kese. Why? and minim say ene di animu no handlers are omo handle JM omo man speaking to these issues. Light bill no be bano untimi, water bill e be bano untimi. And it doesn't make sense. Ajima Kwame, me chama mpomfo nyina. It doesn't make sense. It be a 1 month, 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Ne so ma. Into busa omo say omo gigi eye sa skari nyina omo de yeden. Se bo so me aso obi agene monthly salary no de ni nyina to light eni nsuo. Odni nyina to light ni nsuo. Odwere ho a wonte ase. Without you seeing the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Rat race, yes. Yeah. It's so sad. It's so sad. Na na kwa fabia ose ba bia wote ensuo for long wa moso but omo boso me suane abro 1800 bill tia me no ka say no akufu ado ne ba wo mia no they don't care. Omuntia light bill, omuntia water bill. Fremo pare, ontia light bill, ontia water bill. Onfa hon. Kandapa, ontia light bill, ontia water bill. Onfa hon. Onfa hon. They don't care. Upon Kroma a video no, the Ossi owns in Suman and Yamasan no. Get it for me. Misia Minia upon Kroma, Missiana Mebus and say Quadropon. And that the Oyamon show. And that the BBI okay, Oyamon show, who traffic Oyamon show, if we say war a siren doing into who traffic Oyamon show. Oh, ayana sa problem no na yana me no omo no say omo opposition no the way they were complaining, the things they were complaining about. Mami video no meba any man no complaining
here in Africa in Accra include traffic. I'm sure it frustrates you as well. There are things like corruption that make all of us mad when we listen to the radio and hear all the chatter every morning. When you turn on your taps and they are not running, or you switch on the lights and they go off, there are things that frustrate us. There are things that scare me. I'm sure they scare you too. I'm getting scared at the increasing rate of robbery in our cities today. I'm getting worried when I see the population numbers go up and the employment numbers not necessarily go up. It worries me that in the very near future we're going to see something we don't like. But those are some of the things that get me scared or disappointed or worried. Me here in Africa in Accra include traffic. I'm sure it frustrates you as well. There are things like corruption that make all of us mad when we listen to the radio and hear all the chatter every morning. When you turn on your taps and they are not running, or you switch on the lights and they go off, there are things that frustrate us. There are things that scare me. I'm sure they scare you too. I'm getting scared at the increasing rate of robbery in our cities today. I'm getting worried when I see the population numbers go up and the employment numbers not necessarily go up. It worries me that in the very near future, we're going to see something we don't like. But those are some of the things that, get me scared or disappointed or worried. Me here in Africa, in Accra, include traffic. I'm sure it frustrates you as well. There are things like corruption that make all of us mad.
This is him. Ohunu ote robbery na wabo. No, I'm frustrated. Ohunu say population increase and there is no system to absorb and control employment. Na ne raho. Ene kwajo ran hu today, when you ask Kojo upon Kroma today, under this harsh, worse conditions, are you won't say, yeah. Kojo upon Kroma say, oh, who trafficker? No, I am worried. Satane John Mahama. The John Mahama at the cast free volley, ebe gun crying. Sabe ya traffic. Now who are no I disappointed, no I frustrated. Kojo upon Kroma say, oh tear radio no ati corruption na he gets mad. Or take corruption. Today, corruption is okay for Kojo upon Kroma because now the chronics, then the area. Yeah, it's okay for him. He's fine because the microphone area. So no microphone area there. What is it? Kojo upon Kroma say, oh no, obie ne tab na se ensuo ma enfloa. Oso light na se enso. Today, only problem. And you could drop on Kroman like it's directed to him. Or no, they saw your muakola. A Kufadu complaints. They said same things. Have a grandpa and no Missy Brunya and yet de your mama Brunya and yet de. Say for the Christmas, go see Kromu Joku. No bianga no. Today here we are. But I am concerned with the light and water. Rent crowd yemaho. Say obi ani bedim komo across the country bia a rent isun. Lady be from me dim komo catch them say boy on net and on cow penny, but boy net me a hide down tears or pennies are no turning chain be or them more. Because I see guy no bono. Or bono. But okay. So a castle or cover there, which means Esa go back to her village. Light bill, no water bills. Ama mebuna ya mobo. Oma ya mobo. First man, na young girls no komo sre sika omo di koto aduane o. But today, as we speak, bright tibu say ensu a efa omo ayimu ewo awoshine eba green color. Yeah. Apotobi brain omo bu mamosa no. Yeah. Apotobi brain omo bu mamosa no. Water bill, light bill. Water bill, light bills. Ghana ni or ya den or they fine. It's so sad. It's so sad. Anyway, yeah. Me yeah juma bi sisi a quick one because me who okay. So I think Kobe Fiagbe senior sending me okay, all right, so okay, all right, so obi frey nana or just say onimni pakro anyway, obi so sending me message on this, I'll say, Commander, in as much as the light bills are high these days, I think a lot of people need to check their earth wires, okay, installed in their houses. When they become weak, the meter runs a lot. Nana Minter Senior. Okay, so earth wires. Minim say the Messiah church and you mama amount for atiase. But the test away can say earth wire no weaker. You know, so to me, o meter na error ne, and so amount for more complaints, you know, they should check. Okay, all right, quick one. Mamene Ora Edward Kariwe. Okay, General Secretary Ghana Agricultural Workers Union in Incomo. Chairman Akwaba.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Pacho Bokodi.
I'm doing well. What about you too?
Great.
Yes.
Okay, so we are talking about 15% VAT on electricity. And I think for now it's on hold, but yet we have various groups talking about the issue, coming up with other opinions. But from your end, what is your take on this decision?
Yeah, good afternoon to all of you, and then also to those who are listening to us. And I'm very happy that you have afforded me an opportunity on your esteemed platform to share my views on this important issue. The question I want to ask is, you are saying it is on hold? The VAT on the
yes. I think you have the statement. That is what I've heard, because I think it's on hold.
Yes. No. Well, we are yet to know that, because I've also heard on social media or seen on social media that Cabinet has taken a decision to put it on hold. But that is not what our governance system is in this country. Cabinet operates at a high level. They take decisions. We don't know what decisions they take. And then it is various sector ministers who are supposed to convey the decisions of Cabinet to the appropriate quarters. So if government is going to now change their modus operandi of dealing with the public and dealing with workers, then we are yet to know that. But what we know is that Cabinet does not relate with the public on matters affecting the public. It is the sector ministers who are in Cabinet who would bring out what Cabinet wants them to say in the public.
Yeah.
So I just want to put it that we in Labour are yet to be properly updated, informed about government decision to withdraw the VAT on electricity consumption. And it is important for us, we insist on this, because government cannot muddy the waters by throwing out information that this information is coming from Cabinet and that you are putting it on hold. It is never Cabinet that directed ECG and then NETCO to liaise with GRA to implement. But
Uncle Edward, I think at the end of the day it has a political ramifications. So then they needed to take it back to the Cabinet for them to take decisions on it. From where I sit, that is what I think, though.
Yeah, you see, I'm not saying the Cabinet should not discuss it. In fact, it could probably be the case that Cabinet decided that they were going to impose it, impose that tax at this time of the year on us. But then it is not cabinet that communicated to the ECG and NETCO. You see, this is the point I'm making.
Okay.
So if the Minister for Finance has communicated to ECG and NETCO, and then we have reason against it, and then he had to revert to cabinet, we don't expect to be hearing directly from cabinet. And in fact, cabinet has not even issued any statement to that effect. What we have heard, unless I have there's information somewhere which I have not heard, is that it is a rumor that cabinet has taken a decision to halt it. But we have given a clear and unambiguous request.
So which means there is no official statement from the government. Is that what you want to say?
Well, I don't see that as an official statement from cabinet, and I'm yet to understand whether it is part of our governance system whereby cabinet communicates directly to the public and particularly to a particular section of the society that has opposed a policy. I've not heard anything about that. I didn't know anything about that. And then if this is going to be a new way of doing things as part of our governance, then they should write. We want to see it being signed by cabinet. And when you talk about cabinet, that is a body. But the body has a secretary. There's somebody who communicates for that particular body. Is it the secretary to the cabinet?
It seems like you have mistrust for the government.
Please, it's not a question of mistrust. Of course, it's a question of why government chooses not to go by their own mode of communication to their own people. Why have they chosen not to? This is just to muddy the waters. This is just to create the impression that, forget about all that. Cabinet has already taken the decision. Who are we going to hold? That cabinet has taken the decision. When government asks us, or if you hold any person, and it depends, if you say cabinet, were you at cabinet? Did cabinet write a letter to you? Have we seen a letter from cabinet? Who signed the letter? We are far matured than these things. These are political strategies which will not work with us. We are well-informed Ghanaians. We know what we are doing. We requested government to act definitely. Anything short of that, we think that government is not responding. And we are not going to fall to this social media information coming here and there to throw that into public eyes that, government is taking the action. No. Who can vouch for that particular information in the public? Nobody. And in any case, that's what I'm saying, that government decisions are conveyed by definite people to the public, either the Minister for Communications or a sector minister and so on. But did you hear the Minister for Communication coming out in public to say that this is what cabinet has decided?
Okay, so I think they communicated through Asasi Radio.
Which communicators?
Asasi Radio, Gabriel Chidako's FM station.
Mother, you see, it is a radio station like yours, and if we have never known that it is a mouthpiece of government.
Yes, but at least they are closer to the seat of government. So so they're getting access to information. I mean, they are in a better position to get information more than I can get. So probably yes, first-hand information.
But you see, we are running a structured governance system, and that structured governance system, Asasi Radio has no place in it. It cannot represent the voice of government. It can rumor, and one day the rumor will be true. But we cannot take whatever comes from Asasi as a government communication to us. It is the minister, they don't work for the Minister for
Information.
Finance.
Yeah.
It is the Minister for Finance who wrote the letter to ECG. And our demand is direct, that please withdraw that particular directive to ECG and NETCO to work to impose tax on electricity consumption.
So simply you are not enthused, or I mean you are not satisfied with the fact that the thing is on hold. You just want them to cancel it, like just issue a statement and cancel it.
not that we are not satisfied, even there has no communication to us. What we are talking about is not a communication to us. So it is not that there's a communication, but the communication we have received, we are not satisfied with. You know, we need to clarify this point. It is not like a communication that is coming to government to us in response to what we are doing, and then we are saying no. And we know, because all of us, we created this type of cabinet system for ourselves. Cabinet does not speak by rumor. Cabinet speaks to either the Minister for Information or a specific sector minister. And in this particular instance, it is the Minister for Finance who wrote the letter directing ECG and NEDCO, and he has not come back to say the same. So if Cabinet is actually interested in withdrawing it and have taken that decision, then they should have even asked the Minister for Finance to come out immediately. I mean, 2-sentence letter that look, or 1-sentence letter that look, we have withdrawn the imposition of VAT on electricity consumption. We have therefore directed ECG and NEDCO and VRA to stop. And our previous letter is of no effect. Then we know that the government is concise and then precise and then straightforward to the issue.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with your point.
Yes.
I agree with your point.
Look, you see, we must let government know that we don't know where government is coming out with all these ideas. You know, and I don't know in whose interest is government working. In whose interest is government working for? Are they working for the people of the country, or they are working for whose interest? Look, you cannot. All the issues that have been, I mean, I listened to you and some of the things that the Minister for Information, that is Kojo Opon Nkoma, I think ever raised. Those issues, are they present today? Are they still available? Is corruption there? We are not saying that corruption will ever be ended. But the thing is corruption today the same as corruption the time those statements were made? Today, corruption, in some of us, our view, is institutionalized. Today, corruption has been has reached a point whereby it is rather rewarding to engage in corruption than not to engage in corruption. But we have not seen anybody who has engaged in corruption being punished for it. And you see, when you talk about corruption, because they want to limit us to the legal, aspect of corruption. Corruption has two dimensions. One is a legal aspect. The other one is a moral issue. Mm-hmm. So, if, for instance, they have to prosecute you, then they must follow up with the legal processes. They must have hardcore evidence that you have engaged in corruption. The other aspect is that if they don't want to pursue the legal aspect, you can simply be relieved of your post. Because every minister, every public authority, particularly in a certain category, works at the pleasure of the president. So if you're a minister or government official whose lifestyle has changed, but they cannot trace the source of your income, the president can say that, look, you are creating a bad name for me, therefore, please, I am relieving you of your post. But where we then hear that if anybody says this person is corrupt, you should come with evidence. Evidence is adduced at court. And it's not every matter of corruption that must go to court, because there's a moral issue to it as well as the legal aspect of it. So today, it is rewarding to engage in corruption, and you know very well that nothing will happen to you. In fact, that is one thing that is predictable in the society, that even if you engage in corruption in this in Ghana today, the worst that can happen to you is they say that go and sit at home. But you are not going to be prosecuted with it. All that you have stolen, no effort will even be made to retrieve that money. You can imagine. Look, let me tell you. Some people, if they give you, as you sit there, and myself, they give us 10 million each. And then we know that we are not going to work for the next 5 years, 10 years. Tell me, if you work today from now till 10 years, will you be able, when you are going on retirement, or leaving the job, will you be able to get 5 million? Will you be able to get 1 million? So why won't people engage in corruption when they know very well that the worst punishment they will get when they engage in corruption is just that we are taking you off from your job?
But okay, so Uncle Edward, let me solicit your opinion on this matter. There is this argument on the street that Bawumia will be better than Akufo-Addo. I'm asking this question based on your submission that yes, corruption, has become endemic. There are other issues, pressing issues, that leadership is failing to tackle. But now they are telling us that at least given the opportunity, Bawumia will do better than Akufo-Addo. Maybe he can fight the corruption for us.
You know, that first and foremost, when you want to know somebody today, you need to know about his past. And then you also have to know how this person can now move forward. All the promises that Bawumia made, who made him to make those promises? In fact, we will say it is when he's in government and then he's only a vice president, and that is the argument which I find very weak. That because he's a vice president, he doesn't control the economy. There is a lead, there's somebody ahead of him. People don't respect him. He can't do anything. That is not the matter here. The matter here is this: before Bawumia came to power, what didn't he say about the economy? He asked questions to the then vice president, the late Excellency
Ansah. Yeah.
You get me? Now, the man was not able to respond to those questions, and unfortunately, he passed on. He has taken over power as vice president. He should respond to those questions. He should provide the answers and bring them out into the public domain. Because what he wanted a vice president to do, it is the same constitutional and governance structure that the then vice president was under. So if he knows that the vice president has not got authority to do certain things, why was he asking him to answer those questions? It means he had the authority. And again, the other promises, the lectures he gave everywhere, and promised us everything, that we are going to move from taxation to production. Where is the production? You can't tax people to, Ghana cannot tax itself to prosperity. Ghana cannot tax itself to out of the the economic challenges we are having. You know, so the man himself, you look at him based on what he himself has said, without voluntarily, without coercion, without force, without not under duress. He said them. He went and made lectures on them. The records are all there. He went to radio stations, sat before televisions, TV cameras, sat before other microphones, and stated categorically that they will not bring about e-levy. They will not bring about this. They will not do this. They will not do that.
Yeah.
What is it today? So we are going to judge him not based on comparing him with His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, but his own record. His own record has demonstrated that the man, if he's a man of principle, that is the thing that we don't see. If he's a man of principle and knew and believed very strongly that when he was a vice president, he wanted to implement the things that he said he would do, and he was stopped, he should have resigned. After all, what is it? If you are not a president, you will still leave. After all, what is it? He's already an academic. He's already someone who can work with global institutions, which he was doing outside that. He has worked with Bank of Ghana. He has got money that can take care of me and his family. Why is it that he does not resign on a question of principle? So we are looking at him based on what he himself said and what he has failed to do. He said, if you do not, if your economic fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Yeah. When he knows very well that a first-year economic student knows very well that as for exchange rate, it is not based purely on the economic fundamentals. Otherwise, if it is based on economic fundamentals, the US dollar would have been the most expensive currency in the world, because that is US is the number one economy of the world. China's currency would have been the second. But you see, you need to manipulate currency. So he deceived all of us, and then people who do not even know believe that when he comes, he will be able to do it. He has come, he set up committees. There was a committee to even investigate why the cedi was depreciating against the dollar. What is the fate of that committee? Is it still there? Is it working? What achievements have they made? Look, fuel, which they complain bitterly about. Today, a liter of fuel is almost the same price like a gallon of fuel, which is about 4 to 5 liters in 2016. We are not saying that things should not change. Even if it were that, a gallon of fuel has now gone up by up to, say, 17 cedis.
Yeah.
When it was around 14 cedis in 2016. We can still understand. We can appreciate that. But today, even a liter is almost a gallon of fuel just within 8 years.
It looks like the Labour front is not happy with Bawumia's performance.
You see, the Labour front is not happy with the government performance. And what we also think is that Bawumia is a key member of the government. He's not just a mere vice president. He's a technocrat. He's an economic guru, as he made all of us to understand. But you see, at the end of the day, economics is not only about theory. It's also a practical subject. You see, at the end of the day, what are the results? That makes economic theories relevant. So all his economic theories is propounded to solve the problems of this country. Where are the results? You see, otherwise, those theories will have to be abandoned.
All right. Agreed. Thanks for speaking to Accra FM.
Thank you, sir, my brother.
All right. Okay, so that's it. Live on Accra 100.5 citizens. Yo, but what ye? All right, Edward Karaway, on a general secretary, the Ghana Agricultural Workers Union, and what raising issue be about the VAT 15% VAT on domestic electricity, blah blah blah. Yeah. Point I was raising is say why ne communicate ma Ghana for say adeno mwetwem. And I said it's on hold. Official letter way. To be honest, the only thing I've seen is from Asasi Radio.
Okay.
And I think you heard him speaking to it.
Yeah,
and that is the issue. 15%.
So, thank you. You see, I have a problem with the way a man for a year surprised when it comes to how things have gone on in the past, and things are still going on in the present and even into the future.
Yeah.
To say a bit to me, as a sabine. I'm very surprised when people are surprised. I would say, aban we be o ye biano. Say we are very technical. You are able to believe that we don't have a president, because technically the misbehavior of Abino, any how nepotistic government such as this, a behavior, I had to say, even persons that are not in government, they are seen to be very relevant in the system now. Obi say Gabi. In fact, at some point, now I to say cabinet meeting Kurano Okobi, and decisions be over. Aban no ansana ebi kura ba da bedwamu no officially no na ono edi kan Ghana fo nyina ya aware.
Yeah.
You can remind yourselves with the e-levy staffs.
Yeah.
You can go as far as, you know, PDS time. Nyoma obi a woni aban mu. I mean, any kwan say information be or krana. You see, the reason why will be a minister of state, your man is swear oath of secrecy, oath of office, any oath of allegiance, no, is because and you may be one more. any kwan say the general public no or members of the general public ni mu baako krate because they are secrets. What I say?
Yeah.
And to the extent that and I mean no ka say no what we weave ne into the government ama persons that are your friend is saying ne trainees and ne appointees, the former appointees, and they have found themselves in relevant state institutions to say your friend say national security. Akwa no wo Danko Institute and now that national security ano
yeah
could be an akwa. And so we are sitting on a time bomb.
Yeah.
A bit may explode because persons that ordinarily would not have even qualified to be in such places, and then they are in charge.
Yeah.
And we will merely discuss some of these things because I don't know who's not more anymore.
Yeah.
And you know, a ridiculous say a bias to say now the labor force no upa ene momun yin tum say aban crassi say na omunka say okay, let's halt all activities in relation to that news now. Me no, I see it as a fictitious something any quite will be a use said the omono abided by the principles of life because you see how do you say and you can hear from all the other media outlets no say government has suspended. How does a government suspend something without communicating it through a state, your friend is saying a bureau or you're in charge of communication?
Then it becomes official.
Then it becomes official because a certain stupid individual baby ako bien kwasia radio Jimmy radio edin kwasia sem in his Jimmy mu atro krata beto bedwam say sana aban dwen, and because of what a relationship with President Akufo-Addo as a cousin tino wono ka dia ene ebeye nokre does not mean nokre. I was happy when you were saying probably all through your discussion probably does not make things factual. And so media, I'm worried but I'm not surprised.
But I'll come back to you. Uncle Samuel Agri, Executive Secretary, Food and Beverage Association of Ghana. Uncle Sam, Akwaba.
Yeah, then now.
Bokodi. I think come to you. I feel intimate Kasai. I think come to you. Uncle Sam, 15% VAT on electricity. Now, yeah, made the man the mass site Asasi radio story. I don't know whether other putters are Asasi radio na me that Omanya information say cabinet hold that on say Omo enya botre from Momo angle mwate enwasem na etimo say
yo that's enough say Omo ka so much chance and then say the one but you can't see the a binary issue statement be I can say almost the penalty 15%. I will translate here and record 21%. Now area my civilians and that's from my money now what the media was we are going to automatically that 21% increment was not right. As I say, the work I will be someone saying near my person as citizens, what are we benefiting from government? What are we really getting from them? Okay, your friends and from any child, Oko hospital, the only thing that can do is to give you your benefit further cost. Would you put an anakani never come after na benefit ben ye free tanya ma we nyem enti no ye di kan ti say abaka say omo omamunu entia part e wo electricity. In fact, for industry yen individuals no wo aye to electricity e wo fie no and the HSS can already say income no asusa say eba ni sa and say to start up it doesn't give us the right say yen to send a beya to asika kitwa na aba better salary to be you to akwakoto like nti no say organized labor ka say omo ko omo yes strike now fi abai entry sire I don't think say say jama omo kwa na omo ye then na ya mo I private sector we need to get involved because yen na na affected nti no ya kan sa no say ya ka say e ko band say abai entry answer no ka say yen all of us must get involved. Private sector must get involved. The union say the employer and say, as some of us see, our high side. It's no moment and make a that's a demonstration. You back our one. That's a market phoning now. We have account now. Yeah, yeah. Then a bay on the campfire. And yet, now say, but almost communication about. Say I think that should be the right call. So we follow. If you know, say a cancer, then there's no need for anyone to ask for any anything dialogue. And I say, if a demonstration, and I say we be a fast animal way.
Na me
citizens we deserve a better deal. This is not the way to go.
Well, nominate your friend say one of the union leaders, Edin Komosis here. I don't know the Senate who follow here, but no one who raise concern say there is no official communique from the government, whether from information ministry or finance ministry through the information ministry, and now say from ECG. Now we don't know. Why not Eka say, why not HH? So it seems like there is some mistrust somewhere. A man for G assembling D say and pass a bind say hold on with that initiative.
See, you're calling idea. I'm saying a bind spokesperson, the Minister of Information. They should come out and clarify. Say, as some of you can nuclear and not nuclear. Who social media and answer we understand the or my money now be in I won't pay that last minute and for what or more as I recall also Mukakoye or Yenu answer what I say, oh, I didn't cry a cancer that Namukakoye and Yanukaso. It's a young woman say, Sabano Aka say Namaya. They should come out and communicate to the whole country. They won't say, I'm part the question but I don't think that social media communication right. Once our son, let the friends and media houses get the copies and report as such. We understand then you instill the confidence in the people. But official communication then this the whole thing is very difficult. Now, is also you know, the American say anyone say almost they should go ahead and make that communication for everybody to hear. Simple announcement will instill confidence in everyone. For mine, that's almost call demonstration now. The celebrity can carry all of us say when you need power for better organized labor, but it makes it easier for them saying say play and they went from and you saw Monfan, the Dama, or more Akakwe, where they are fighting. So, more friends saying salary increment in the Sanya manager, then we'll leave it to them. But if it comes to things like this, the whole country, I say in sorry here, because I think you better know memoir, you're sorry, taxes. And so I'll catch you regional awareness and go to internet Kobanisana, your little income, same their sources. You know, you're better say we simply do not agree with them. So,
Marty.
and I'm saying the other side of the communication that came out is about the vehicular emissions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every car now, we have a problem now. I say, what's the manufacturing sector, distribution sector? Now, I feel no. And Kobani say, you suicide, no. Ebema, you never walk across to Eastern say, there's a hidden cost somewhere that is coming that we all of us do not agree. So still buying, like I said, obey. What should I emission taxes here? The petrol, yes, it's here. EPA, Nema Ubekra, but there is fat, Sanema Wibun. You pay for. So, what cheer for recycling, what cheer for environmental emissions, this Sanema Wibun. Are we saying, say, if this tax is going to take effect, are we going to take those taxes off? There'll be, you know, for us to go forward, to consolidate all these taxes together and then make it one tax. But then 5 tax, no, and to 2 to Nema, so now you're in Chia, then for EP, a manufacturing sector. So, if you cannot talk of us, then it becomes a problem. If you know, if this is the way we have to go, we are not saying that we shouldn't. The right call, but on the other side, so one training here, what it means is that in control of multi taxes, limit here, no, liquor is smoking, and also a bat and as a trotto and a taxi driver and as a private man. They can't use smoke here. The only thing that you say is after I'm paying for the friend is saying, pollution tax, it's not a make I have to go. But we should have a candid, your friend saying, procedures via to say this is the way we are going to fight that emission and also pollution now. About the one then we are there to Kwanena, yes, the big free home. Vivian by and one say it goes into consumption tax because government wants to show up your friends and the balance sheet. We shouldn't allow that this to happen. We should put the formula in first. You will say, I did win. Quite win your first to resolve problem. There's a reason. Then everybody will come on board. But I can't say to come now say this can get idea. Then we don't support such a cause. If you know, if there's anything to go by, abandon consumption nonsense say, Casa, yes, pollution. We cannot solve the problem, but at least we will seem to be trying to solve the problem. Inti asuda take a craft. Not just say na ya kuyi. Inti kasa pollution na ndeni nanu. There's no need to let those cars be on the road. Inti no, woman insurance, woman your friend is saying road readiness. Inti that car will not come on the road. If the policeman sees such cars, we should arrest them. So that those of us who are going to pay, we know say we are paying for a purpose. And go back to say we should all allow everything to happen the way it is. We must have a solution in place, and then we can all come together and make sure that whatever taxes that you can say interest, but petrol airphone, this is an IATiano, it's our friends, kerosene, electricity, those things now also here. All these things are there. You know, which one are you going to consolidate for us to do, to be paying? We shouldn't just come and say, you share emission tax. There be money, but the environmental tax na that is the emission tax that they are talking about. You know, they shouldn't give it a name and hang it. Young call say, a quantum to be to me, I say, society way. Already know we are paying. So why are we coming to pay in a different way? We should not allow this to happen at all.
All right. Agazam, that's it. Okay, all right. So, Ora Samoa agree on a General Secretary for Food and Beverages Association, Ghana. I am right back to the studio. Ora Edgar, Redu adjoining a insurance marketer. Sansona Orakofi Capito, executive officer, convener the protection agency, will be joining a consumer protection agency, or be joining your studio. I say, but listen, no one who goes I
was trying to let us understand. Say, I say in Ghana for no. Yeah, 2 doors out. I'll allow nipekuo kituwa bi ya omunru aduonu.
But as I say radio so betimi me baby ana mene agricultural friends workers union secretary ni nyadwene. As I say radio is a media platform like any other platform to me access information from you where they can also get information and put it out there.
Not can. You see, where I disagree with you, Nise, if there was a level playing field that I've seen, say, will be to me a course also for information. And now I cry FM4, a yakwa4, or Mwanko. And as I say, radio, Ako, and when information now. It's a different subject. We can discuss that. Because you're a journalist or more Ghana, how we are quite before. Our mum pay Juma, our mum pay bre. The Omupani say, Yankudi, and our Yankona, Yanko Kele stories. And the Bio, we can discuss that. But this is someone, or yeah, Busuani, a cousin to a Kufuadua, will be in a radio station. Or the radio, no, acquired to say, cabinet meeting membership no more attending meeting no must swear oath of secrecy. You cannot be a member of the cabinet without swearing an oath of secrecy. You cannot. In fact, say who call cabinet your friend is saying cabinet meeting. Nese onye member of the cabinet kura say bia wo kwa command information. No ye will proceed ya obefa so ansa na wakwa by way of giving information to the cabinet no crown your processes are fam enti say you technical as a state and you say adan na Ghana ni journalist bia ntimi anya information na mom Akufo-Addo cousin Gabi
so nana
and na wetimi anya information and that a little of faith we can discuss
baby information ni free bano and over problem and I say I dare not any official me mediate various groups since this morning and issue are papa raise and almost raise say that wine say
I'm worried about how Ghana is being governed and how information any kind say journalists na my hint because Sebi, what is the hint about? A buying na was say or per se or the tax beto electricity so meboa
and or communicating through
what they information ebe 2 bedroom no amanfo do so no akra ma yakwa say a buying local standard a obetimi di ayes ade no because it must go through parliament and sana yetimi enya emra ebe back here ban amanetimi edi sa adwuma no enya sa enti in the course of the action no ena obi a we bie ni radio a wo ye Akufo-Addo nua brofka se wo ye ne cousin wono nso so bie radio station no de akoto sa radio station ne platform so say aban kra se ekura se maka ne so manwe enya sa ena ye ka se sa nipa kro no ni nyina so ne sen ya wono de koto radio so say enti afen na me mehu se Ghana for because it has happened almost as 11 day as I say radio reportage and a man for Gina so ka say say na aban edwen at some point one no be catch Ghana for say o manya 60 million accrued in the fund meboa then no nya sa figure no. It is because you need government what doing Ghana for who are only na enye no ɛyɛ busuakuo bi ɛna ɔmo te baabi ɛna ɔmo prɛse mfidie ne batem na ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ yɛnkɔ kasa yi ti wo Gabi wodi kan kɔ na ɛkɔ kasa yi wokɔ ne Twitter handle a asif sɛ ɔno na ɛyɛ president ɛsɛmhunu.
Okay, so me producer are checking from Information Ministry or more a website, and there is no information to withdrawal of the
Gabi and a president or a vice or a information minister, communication minister or a BBA or a finance minister. How? When you're in where also when your domestic politics be how? Nanka ye den na wote Ghana asemo ye koso wo hu bi da na aka so obi asase radio no obi for den wo mo di asase radio reportage be kwa kwakire IMF say hwe say aban ekrampo because of the ekoso nti yetimi aye say eno no mo de beko because I think it is the first time I say
and say omodi atu information ministry
are waking up from their sleep. I feel amazing. This is the reaction I'm expecting from Ghanaians. Thank you. Shall say from day one, very technical. And could be intimate. Sorry, say Gabi as I could say, but could be a radio. Now, me, I buy say, I buy no account. Or your spokesperson, my buying. ɛno no ɔde ayɛ na ɔde anya ne ho twom no aban letter wɔgyina so de akasa na wei yɛka fake news they are the first publishers of fake news. First publishers fake news because it's fictitious. Is it the reality? Must the government not communicate before a journalist can say aban say? What is his locus? Asase radio mu locus ne say. But just because Ghana for ya fan sa ena akoye te se abusua ena omu free baby ena oma bewie baby na ya oma fa ye say ye nwa ya fa ye nwa. O Ghana for ye go Gabi di kan ko ma radio for no nye sei omo ye wi a na afi no labor for no ama for kra be kasa na sa ban kra twen asan. And you can hear from many platforms.
And I think that is
me and then me tie your friend say joy for obviously Abaya are rescinding the decision. There no mugina so because of Asase radio reportage.
Anyway.
And it's endemic. Oh, Abaya dia edidi emu akoye te say Gabi na 20 yenti no ene odi free we dey kitchen hwa aben ene wano abeka. Men, you know, say Gabi so why nobody ever bem.
Who na be a huni sir?
There because now what is his locus? Gabi ni portfolio ni den. What they are here fracadam, effing flam nkofo just because or a cousin to Akufo-Addo. He cannot tell us baby and a wolf ni free. Apart from being a flim flammer, he cannot. He has swindled many just because he's a cousin to Akufo-Addo. He cannot tell us how he got the money he has today. Apart from being a criminal, a flim flammer, he cannot. So what JD say we Akufo-Addo offer ne cousin. Ninia. And untino, we a minister Krampa, he remote controls you as if say or a president. It has been his behavior. What you can say no Tiano or Diabagana. It has been his behavior. And Upa Google about this now how many media portals and a report to someone or Marco Free Assassin. I'm an abayet to say eno na no kre. Without any basis, any omunya even toilet paper cream for abai ho say abai say Bagabi na kentino. Is that not a work of a swindler?
Anyway, I'll come back to you. Make our man for say CMG sika chede no. And Kwame ya say 500 and ya 500 and I'm for GB Kofi Kama. All right, so I star 413 hash star 413 hash star 413 hash. So se ubomwa se edo be procedure no sa 0.1 0.2 0.3 0.4 0.5 krong bo se daw phone so chirikra na ebi kura niam akoto no dwom ne no enko yi o e wan for ntade so the okoto ntimi nto the ono so oton so ayento ti we no oto na 500 abeto phone so say krim wa for the form we yo ala ona akro no. Okay, so let's do star 413 hash. Ubo wia. Ubo so be ma your first option. 5 cities pe. And now here say we dey eto sara for we. 5 cities 500. The next 30 minutes mebo bomi winners. Wa nya ntemu a wara o wara. Yo. Abga akwaba. Boko there. I'm say just all the whole microphone no man mum. We muye. Oh, okay. I say muye. Yeah. Emuye. Yeah, fine. And them. Anyway, so 15% VAT on electricity. And there are two issues now man for doing them emission tax and also hango. Me who any official statement. Labor force for now shall say raise concerns. So we see a year at break for now they have started asking, say, are buying when they say or more I withdraw a yes 15% no. Because I buy neighbor casano or cassette a far for to sound for finance ministry, finance ministry so ma ECG4 directive. It is a and say bar or monochester here the same official communique na omudi kura because no so mbe yechre na yechre no mu no na saa de we kopie ya omo no se wo mu hu bibia me hu no asas radio beyond that me e bia bibi fufuro bia ba me hu ye dia. Now that is the concern now about this 15% VAT withdrawal.
Anyway, in some Ethiopia, at times, everyone work at class, and you must say, cry, yes, I'm real. In the sense, is one, yes, the labor front for opinion for no,
yeah.
The Oma Canon, it's the right sense. Saying, yeah, look, say what show letter, right? Now say, yes, say there's a problem with it, and Abibia. The right thing to do, and it's a Obasa show letter, which will supersede,
yeah,
the what show earlier, no?
Yeah,
but the contents in that letter, no, would give a proper meaning. That you couldn't see a letter no supersede.
Yeah, umfa o mic no guy. I think say that microphone is.
So
yeah, this is better. Yeah, this is better.
So what happens is when that letter comes now, that letter no be supersede.
Now what you see? Yeah.
Watch your first.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. But said the AC cancer now. Maybe at times I can say when I Zimbia, well, we just have to ignore it. I mean, and let's waste the space for other more important things. So,
before now, Bano, and Obi send me a year ne water bill.
Yeah.
December.
Yeah.
Otua a postpaid.
Yeah.
Otua 337 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
January, a buy no with the same volume. On say na or receipts no almost show the volume of water we use.
Yeah.
So the same volume, and the person is paying 600 from December, January. Okay. Same with light. Then the issue about say 15% ne beka ho a ye bet to me, because even with the current state, and that is where the discussion is coming from, say 15% ne beka ho a and ye bet to me as survive as a country. 15% ne ma ye kura no e guy ye gi ho a enje na 15% aba si aba beka ho. And that is where the labor front no ho no mu dede ni nyina free ba say aban ni say wa ye free wodi a then any aban no kan ye na abotoye momra. That is where the conversation is.
You know, and I may just say no quite so no, but any may be a honoma. I also would say any baby I say in the sense say first of all, sir 15%.
Yeah.
So no. At the go to America say there's a we are just wasting time on it. Only say one. The first implementer. Implementer na ono no ye ECG na obeji sika no. ECG na ba beka say ade no ontumi nye. Well, nipa na obeye ade no no. Waba say ade na mo ka no no. Mintumi nye.
O say be difficult.
Fine, yes. But I say ontumi nye. E be difficult. Ontumi nye.
Yeah.
Oh no. It is ontumi nye. Why waste time? So okase obeya ehonomu na ye be sorry. But nipa na ka to so ntumi nye. We bisa a few questions. Obisa question is say, is it about purchase or it is about consumption? Me koto ECG, me koto power 300 Ghana. And on average 15% was so. And I say, ma consume every no in average 15%, and I said, ECG a business asemi. Ye mani muaye. O si mean to me nye adie no. Inti said ye musi ka adie no. Mun san ko back. Na mun konko bisa wonu ma womo ehihye emra no. Ade ko prot adie protein ya na womo pese womo ye den. Sa adie no mo.
So which means am I involve ECG in taking that decision?
Fine.
There's also another question.
Fine. So then it tells you, say, it is not going to happen. Because, also mean go to form. Mr. Massa, I want to ask me if I'm going to go to form. Any ho. If I'm being to Anna.
Ayaka.
I hear no akobo pa.
Ain't you know, like I'm saying, just a casa need be on my me feels it's just a waste of time. Oh no. But it said the labor for the kind. Like I said, no question, so watch your letter about there. You know, Nasa yet there was yes, so you have to withdraw in this year, withdraw, yeah. But you see, one of the problems, like I said, so as I see radio, I say me, I think I saw about 6 or 7 newspapers carrying the same thing. Oh no, about 6 or 7 newspapers have carried the same thing. So no. Then the question you want to ask is, if a whole national issue like this, journalists, they are too abundant. Say cabinet say I didn't cry you hold. Nasa and Kenya no cry. Can national security and go because that would have been a serious problem. Like we are causing trouble in the system. Like national security how can you put fake news on government? Government can't them. Now more public government can national security would have worked on them. So there's some elements of truth in the matter. Just say rational thinking people feel say I was saying a fa a quine be so. The quine na amfa so no. So no. And just like I'm saying, authority wise, if you are talking administratively, will be better to say, look, Massa, what the letter ne buy? And if you are taking another decision, it must come with a letter. So that one is in order.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter remains is say 15%. Now, minimum, adeɛ baako a I must say organized labor. I think it's yɛmbɔ ɔmo aba so wɔn ayɛ adeɛ, but I'm not happy with, or should I say, angle or modifier no and I'm meaning ho.
Angle.
Yes, angle now or modify.
Okay.
Like the modus operandi.
They be just the angle on the executive and I mean no, I'm not sort of in line with them. You shouldn't attack the executive, because who say executive there or no the ope no pese oye, but esan say and you may be your honuma untumi mfa pe enye no also call parliament. So it is a parliament money kwanya untumi nye. So it's a parliament money kwanya untumi nye.
I get your drift.
But parliament no in a passes our law no. So no. Parliament now passes our law.
And it turns out to be a lawless law.
So at the end of the day, no. Nanka mi nyaya. Enka organized labor. Wamu energies no. Nanka parliament. Wamu passes our law no. Enanka yedi ye energies ebe kwa kugu so. To the extent it cry say, mube to me are rally citizens. Say all those people who pass that law no. When they seek for re-election, I'm be akra and vote to my woman. Wow.
Yeah.
Say, we begin now to direct our energies towards parliament. Then you just say, yeah. If we are able to work towards that extent now, yeah, the kwasi adi bi aba munsum, because now you know say your next coming to parliament no is based on the way you voted on matters, whether it was good for the citizens or it was bad for the citizens. You wanted to support your party or what have you.
No, but at the end of the day, then who jai executive no mama from where did to say no say CDR
and I mean
parliament
senka parliament and pass they could not do it.
Yes.
At the first time e-levy, when parliament rose, what did they do? They had to recoil. So what they call to honor parliament and pass you can't do anything.
You can't implement it. It's true.
So
but have you forgotten, say, at some point, even before we went on the Christmas break, we were putting government, parliament to the task. Say, a new budget na kenoforiata ya nuntino ya if say any kwase omo pass budget no. Omo making sure say omonye omo koye ya. In fact, I came here and took a swipe at the speaker.
Yeah.
Over how he conducted the whole budgetary your friend is saying discussion. No? Now one more sorry, or your friend is saying majority for no more presented budget. No sorry, you know. I wasn't go through budget no somewhere.
You see, problem no. You see, if you always want to look at executive now a democracy no. Yeah, because no, like I'm saying, sir, executive no. Senka or that power on parliament and also because say hey motion na monye so no, but idea did not go to parliament no right now more parliamentarians mo tiho idea into say they there koso no if parliament had said no because I did in never ban Emma so anything like I'm saying say maybe organized labor woman starting a new wave because I gave you a to parliament I'll be so much say you pass it because you're party in the no we will now begin to work towards the citizens now I just say akwa we and crofo we woman say parliament into no next time when they come for re-election, make sure you don't elect them to parliament. In other parts, in certain jurisdictions, they have documents showing the way people voted in certain matter. That is why at times they tell you that in the US, the Republicans can make a case, even the Democrats will support them. If the Obi, even the Republican Party can make a case, and then they'll fight against themselves. That's true. Because at the end of the or conscience in order to honor, say, is it good for my people or is not? So no. It is all kinds of what they call executive. They be executive. Now one no more creative problem, no more for muhudi. And I don't think that is the right thing. We should begin to create a new wave. Create a new wave. Now our wave no. Empaja flames in somu. Now citizens in somu say yes, this is the way we want to go now. I tell you, and can conform parliament or no. They'll be very careful in the things they do. Yeah, man, because a party in no. So the idea any man better na hono. Inti to say your friend says Kenufuriata censure no money the kaka hono, right? You would have even got MPP people supporting it. After all, your mama rebels on Kokofa by. But in Yakwa could do on them, if we the people begin to say we are voting for you because of XYZ now, you better sure how many people can go and buy electrics. And all this money 3 a year, a day, all these things can brassy. Because now we are assessing you. Well, no, we are assessing you based on your performance there. Now, one other thing I say, Muhuni say, sa taxi, a missing tax, no money, all these things like that. Now, but quite a woman, and no answer than PA, and only insurance,
Insurance, the end.
Say tax insurance.
Yeah. You know, you're saying
they say 15%. 15%. Inti, you find it say, wow, car insurance. They say, premium 1,000 Ghana. They say, you bet 15% on it. Now we say, 15, 150, a couple. I'm a buying. And also can. And your man now more a pass, you know.
Wee!
Oh, and also can your man no more pass, you know. Ain't you know?
Ain't you Ubetia, ye no ma a insurance company, no, a triama buying.
Into Chian which are not insurance, I for no at no more the aquacoma.
Me ma kotoka. Me kwako insure me car. Car no me toy no. Say me two framanonia me tia.
Who duty near duty now with Triano no 20 something line of taxes. I will cheer
23.
With cheer no. Now was okay because I was a insure me car no. Into my call insurance company. Makwa could take insurance. We take insurance now. I charge 15% VAT. See the kwakoma or buy. But well, no, I was say, and you might be your honor. Yes, so yet say as here. Now you who said ye and your man no AC ekiko. Problem never on is there. Minjin this say a buy na nkasa holo. Sa taxes you know percent or the ba. Oh. And you on one person or the ba, but akwa to say conditionality. But use a conditionality, no, or no ne same. Make sure say o tax to GDP ratio no drew 18%. So no o tax to GDP ratio and 18%. Ain't no or no IMF no on ka say ko taxi we yo. Or no say o tax ratio no el say a year 18% of GDP.
You have to look for the average.
And the one that was a wo hwehwe bibia obenya saa sikano no efri. Wow. And problem enkrofo e kokofa buy ni say. So far as woman no eye concern no. And yes woman e the new tax bi ba. But tax bi wo hold die wo say nkayeje. Ye nje ye. Wow. It in the enkonkofa eno no nye den. Emra. Oh,
yeah.
It is just a obvious VAT amendment in the war 2012 was a day, no. A woman, but just say it hasn't been implemented. In the air, son of saying, yes, I deal with what dear. And yeah, day. Any family because I'm running the order. Yeah, na yeah, day. Yeah, implement here. Oh, but then no. Senka, what's now say? Oh, problem back one me what about people in authority. Oh, and yeah, MPP NDC for you now. Just say when they get into office now, they think they know it all. Until they are not prepared to listen to any other reasoning, ideas, wisdom from anybody. Their governments no muina here. Unya the position be more be penetrated or a champion. Unim bibia. Well, just so few say degrees better into no. He knows it all.
Edia mamnya adwuma keto ebe. Mamene Dr. Samuel Dubik Mahama. On the managing director de ma ECG eni nkomo keto ebe. Mini akwaba. Boko de. Ya mi adom boko afinsia pa.
Afin ko beti afize say na WhatsApp frame say
ami. Anyway, quick one. Ye di a 15% VAT on electricity. Hong Kong, Meridian on baby, what raise issues say, and yet possible is muntimi enyo. A difficult situation, Kakra. A san wakano, a dear man, a difficult mamma.
Maybe our implementation aspect was no. It's Parliament passing maybe our implementation side won't be a friendly legislative instrument, LI. Sa airline no ebi ni ho for sa mrawe say emfa kwaji sa VAT enti first of all na ma ejuma na ye na nkasa eye di renta na mekasa nano e kire say VAT no on consumption so you find say oh kia ye kan we de wedi oh na de wedi de udi wi ansa ya ye den ya ji huska ni ehu say wa me ana o me but you see asema wo ni say obi yo use postpaid meter there ebia okay no obi yo use prepaid meter deposit enti deposit no the amount no afi no akọ use etu be dey determine there where use no enti agife li eba kire and sana you be who say na be manage two different kinds of categories no because me am to be family pay and sorry nka say the neighbor be ni because emra and na mo share na this tax buy but we ko dan che no won Bobie yeah letter enye wo dia o kai letter na o be enam se na o pe mood a wo mu ni se na o be kai letter no o hwe a portion bi wo ho a ya cho liaise with na se ni say dey oni wo mo a implementing agencies no mun trust na mo he say adie ye betimi aye ana se ye ntumi ye because who's a tax there who was so chama eso obi aso who so ye na obi titi obi enti e no na ma broni be card say it has to be equitable e na ma incommodity ni ehun implementation ka e dey be but we have a place adie say be call LI was say call parliament parliament na na say this abra na e buy it is a call for LI now. Parliament no have to look at say law imu passing in 2013. One year LI now reduced to say 2013 na monti ase na say and 2024 ni is that law still relevant in 2024? Is that relevant ani abogu? It is relevant so na say omo aye ho LI e dia ba say you implement it. Dia dey was say call back to parliament because none of the kind of say na tie na and I implement it.
I see. Anyway, I'm saying what my more and we are see how I be able. Now we just want some clarity so I will issue so. But about for a busasa now say can you do na ano issue?
Oh,
ɛno na mekɔka wɔ radio station baako so ankurɔfoɔ se mesi megyae menkɔ asɔre ɛfi sɛ tio Bobie sisi a ɛnyɛ generation issue ɛyɛ overload Bobie nkurɔfoɔ fie ɛne gadgets ɛwɔ hɔ no sisi a basɛma meka obi wɔ ne fie paa elevator kra wɔ ne fie ɔwɔ lift wɔ ne dɛm ɛno so ɔde lift no hyɛeɛ no wambɔ ECG amanneɛ ɔsan so wɔ water pump ɛsa wɔ swimming pool pump na so ɔsɔ saa nneɛma no nyinaa na afei deɛ ɔne ne nkurɔfoɔ a wɔte area hɔ nyinaa na atriple na light up
but dog mo adwuma a ɛsɛ mo yɛ ma yɛwɔ ɔmo a mo generate power ɔman Ghana menya sure sɛ wɔ obi atirim sɛ mmerɛ kɔ n'anim wɔ wiase no ɔman Ghana deɛ yɛnkɔ yɛ akyi enti yɛ population no bɛkɔ soro yɛ population no kɔ soro a gadgets ɛbɛ wiase bia no yɛwɔ ho kwae sɛ yɛso yɛ use bi enti ɛyɛ mo a mo plan for ɔman no ho no mo wɔ saa plans nyinaa wɔ mo tirim sɛ daakye mikro ma santema mpɔn obi bɛ use lift obi bɛ use way obi bɛ use way so let's make electricity available ɛyɛ betumi a hold the society no
100% correct but now share Bobie ya yɛ suban ɛna di problems bi aba Bobie enka ECG ni krobo problem namba enka menim sɛ obi betumi ɛdi obi aka ɛyi transformer ho a yɛ mbɔ ECG amane unim ye ECG nam ho wobɛkɔ akɔdu transformer sɛ wobɛyɛ ho services wodu transformer na ɛhɔ na wobɛhu nipa ahe a yɛde aka ho niwa wo paper na wokita no paper no so sɛ ɛyɛ nipa 10 ana nipa 12 wobɛkɔ akɔdu ɛyɛ 25 wobɛbusa yɛsi o ECG foɔ na ɛyɛ okay fine ECG foɔ na ɛyɛ wosa tresi a wobɛkɔ akɔhu so obi enya sɛ meter ɛbɔ ne fie ne kra ɛyɛ fake eti question ni nyinaa ne sɛ nipa bɛn ɛna ɛyɛ saa deɛ na ɛyɛ dɛ ɛmba hɔ wobɛyɛ bi tie ninia wohu da bebree na yɛ na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛka sɛ yɛ company do fraud but ninia yi mene o saa nkɔmmɔ yɛdi bi spenda yɛayɛ suban yɛ obɛdi adeɛ no akyi connection obɛtua aboɔden 3 times ɛkyiri deɛ ka ɔnkɔba ECG director ɔno no problem ne sɛ ɔba ECG director yɛbɛ delay o ba yɛbɛyɛ no de kwa so ne papam sisi a area bi te sɛ area bi te sɛ ɔyarefa chado obi the speed with which that area has developed wrong
but Dubik enti sesi a we studio akra na me ne Edgar no discussion bi me de minim ni sɛ yɛ kyekyere ɔman a yɛ kyekyere ɔman with projections yɛ projected Kwame Nkrumah yɛ akosombo na Satan Ghana for yɛ 6 million but na Kwame Nkrumah nim sɛ ebire bi baba yɛbɛdɔɔso aduru 10 15 20 na sɛ yɛ free hydro yɛde kɔ thermal no obroni a yɛ thermal so no e project sɛ obetumi ayɛ thermal betumi supply nipa bɛyɛ 20 million enkanea enti yɛ ni projections bi asɛ bi a oyarefa enti oyarefa sɛ me pacho do be mo kɔtɔ transformers ba me boa na enti transformers ya mo kɔtɔ de ba no mo nyɛ projections hu sɛ oh transformer we area sɛ yɛ de sia ebetumi afa ebi anipa dodoɔ sɛ at this time we should change it
all some projections in now have been done the new can say your transformer you asema me kan em say wa shedan timasi me problems is here and say enye say me transformer but nka wo ba ye ba emma yes ye low voltage lines ni yi emma a transformer injection na nka light off now experiences here no eniwo but who see that now open terminity no we electrician no e de wa can load no a yem bo ECG amanye so we are playing catch up to the situation it is not
okay
here me kasa mu a baby ECG afom bia na me den me jitum
yeah
sisi me kasa me ya me kasa nkofo say minim say postpaid customers bi no bills no overbilling na brem me sremo mumra ni embe read meter ni anya actions ni em pass correction me srem me ye no atum asemi me kasa bro mo bia obeko bia eye look overload one ube ebusam hu nipa oye den odi san nkofo no e kan sa load no na say obi asori a osi da a osi ebeche nti then or the file bobi uba ha say a projections for the year wo me start to say me ejuma wa say ya projections ye transformers ahia ye nim de ebe boya ma ejuma na ye den akoyi sisi a ye wo transformers ni plans in next year say light off na eba na say odipa de kanya no ho efre ye boya amane a ansa na ya ye den ya ba ho aba beboa ba bebre na no ye na meka no company wo ho say beboa mo ebesumu na so be ya de na because of connection ti no afa chire hayen the load good transformers so hu ya it is light of bebre na no esi within the period of 5 and 10 your friend no peak high because that time no bia wo fie obi aso bibia etibu so bibia na overload bad and so na triple as for generation there mekasi to say Ghana your buffer generation wo mean ka say excess because the rate at which I see you sa buffer no enke bia betimi ati ayira but no Kenya meaning the brain your problems na you see ano you suban kam enti sisi ameka say obi biara o mo experience fault wo mo area na say within this period we are not light off on omo report to the nearest district office you put it together near my beboa amayetimi some transformer injections near move loads now around to fix it. We have tried our best your materials who are here training especially for surgery it will be the best light off na kosuno bebe na so we are go bebe na ukadi aduma ko check here say prepaid news wait ya
very good wunim say amount for frame ne wɔn se yɛdum nkanea yɛbɛsɔ kanea no na ne light a watɔ no yɛbɛsɔ kanea na ne nyinaa twekɔ
again me jitu say meters ni bi ɛyɛ faulty na meters ni bi so I expire what is a meter or lifespan of 10 years and after 15 depending on the person who manufactured it.
Yeah.
It is so obi biara was our problem now. Would you for last receipt our toy na fabra ni enhwe na yentimi so anu ma ni fix ma. We enya dia company na na agency den or first careful we baby. What no one consume na meter ni 40 ya said yesterday you be replace meter no. You make sure say you no be dig it out. Sika no pa dia enya dia me de ma because ade kwa hifie nsamba but me make sure say electricity now what on and then you will get it to use because electricity now person then auto
gas go person obi so ase
me afi won
gas go obi so ase
yo MD design
jami adumbo ko bra peri na
say me so me meter back 40 wo na mo be 5000 cedis wo so me ba Obama me new meter now start me 5,000 na ma me ana.
Straight because we reach it to ho no kwa de meaning time auto here. Tiki I digitize it very well.
Also antinti sai timu bi o ma no.
Say me see I meso ano pepe man.
Any otina me ho. Any otina me ame de beba.
Time nipa no to here. We hu no consumption. It you bet be hu say oh there be say this no restore man.
Yo.
It we dey mini penny e betimi asolve am pa.
Be that bebre.
All right. Now I'm on for more pay meters so on because I'm on for complaints meters ni ho.
Okay, Bobie. Sisi ade ba ko am hu say sometimes and yes sometimes we dey see your meter. Your meter to the extent say if you need meter car we can put you on a virtual meter based on your previous consumption or your estimated consumption. Now your list be the whole microphobia or apply for meters our way here. You see your friend numbers now. They bring na a guru ni ono on kai. It is here the mestre obi biara wa apply for meter bia our one who receive. Yes, friend omra your office. Makasa se ni aka you posting nema bebre wo your website any social media handles ni so. Inti mestre obefa wa kwanya iso. Na masa pa cho se kakire omo mesra obi a wa apply for meter wa twa mesra o de bra because you see a numbers no be na what system no ye fra e ma e na ye hu baby potty ne sa nyama ni na bi say baby na use middlemen it mesre you see a process no craft for meter acquisition no e start free your app no so na your website your paperless ni asa ko cashless and through that no you best send a text message about wo processing stages bi na akosi time ID meter na be den e ba be bo fi ho enti mi sro so wa apply pa na on san kan a mi sro bra be hu Bobie oni meter cost one single phase meter e be 1000 dB but we use connection man we reach be 3000 4000
because omo use a year right process no busume miensa enan enum na nsa nkan
me jitu man ya old ECG bra pe ni ka ni ECG o I don't know man boss was say me je
Mati kasa
that dey now go be na old ECG je new ECG ye boy who more dey pa bodie we mom hwe ye dadam mfan ka se omun be so ye hwe sisi a ni hwe
Mate ye da so bebre bi dia
na da be na me bi enu me nza be kan
abani mi no ti we ka wo do mi achim bia ka ma je dodo you may see our all right, okay, so that's it. Bye. All right, so one quick comment from Tester and Commander, what is the guy saying in reference to Dr. Dubik? In Ghana here, most workers even close at 5 p.m. So at what point do these same people converge in their homes at 5 p.m., which is a peak period for them? I don't get it. So Yvonne is asking. Now we have Kajofi Agbe here says, Bobie, this Mahama guy Kayobu, Wamama Emre. Daniel Agbegozo says, okay, so this is the issue now. We'll come to seven. Also, a chair ne for 2 years now, and on your meter.
Well, Sanya, like they're saying, there used to be a challenge. Say Dubik is say a old, new, or mamu process. In the end, so process.
Yes, so a new,
zona and far. Then we can make a case.
Anyway, Abu Black says, I'm watching you guys from Takra Day, Wamko 2. Okay, thank you. Maria Adam says, talk is cheap. And we have Bozet Kwesi. Bobie, during the previous administration, people were blaming JM for the unstable light. Doomso. And then answer says, yeah, I can tell. Some were in your house, watching you live from New York. Good job, Dan. Okay, thank you. Ada Tester says, Nicholas Laguda says, very funny excuse from the ECG boss. Bernard Kuru says, I'm watching you guys from Hacho. Okay, thank you. Then we have Patient Forest says, ECG. Omunye serious. Yenya brewu kuruma papa. Bernard Kuru says, good work, Bobie. Okay, thank you. Then we have Maria Adams says, if all these issues are because of gadgets, then because I want a gadgets papa biwo. So I think Ninani are planning. Because even with the explanations, yes, and propose dying. Now Omakofa forbid nom do Mababeto area or transformer so any the keka. So Nina, but the point is, can we create a system, a robust system that will check those, because abone for doors no say yes you adwene a doors to say you betimi asi boniano and yes abrochiri boni ni ho.
You see, the problem is this: Ghana no your land system na any problem. Your land system in this country is a problem. You still now you to me and identify and solve what's our problem, because one of the funny things is me sit down a war
land as in sighting or
Mamenka.
Okay.
Okay. Me sit down war I'm from Punamenka no. Oyarifa put it is a developed place, all right. But like me sit down war some ghetto be. Makoto asasi or that be sit down. Government has no plan for that area. But asasi ru air tonton asasi no. Ena Ghana for so air to. So
yeah.
Yeah, to near to. government ankasa no any plan for that area and can the program and so 1 2 3 4 we want to structures no eba government any plan for that area in the first place only plan say or ye kwan wo ho onye plan say or the insuo air ko government program electricity any ho wo no but yen yesisi ye dan yesisi now yesisi ye dan ni wie no yan kasa etwa ye kwan a ye de ko efie so no etwa ye kwan ye de ko efie na ye hia nsuo was a eba ho no Ghana water nye ready say or the nsuo ba electricity enye ready say or ba ho. All right, then now no we find our own ways and means was a nyoma way den eba and only connections in nyoma na ebe mu no. It is a transformer say 50 kVA bia ba be si ho a enya ba be si ono obia pese oye den or tap into. But then with the right electrician can tell you say load na adie we no afa no ain't me fabium because you can say the beat to so every the whole place but somebody ebe connection near the na kwa to so so no in the day wa kwa to so no na just say I just say the American who fie na who one air conditioner you know how long your 200 Ghana CD will last you. Now, or 5 or 6 air conditioners. Now, also, how long would that last you? It will drain. Well, these are some of the problems because, as you are saying, you crow hanum no. Development takes place. I started say planning how to go about things. That's the problem in Ghana. How your land system is no. Because there are some countries so the government in Yanya saw the infrastructure bahwa. Nobody goes there. Nobody goes there to develop anything. Unless the government says, okay, we are prepared to move into this zone. Interfere nearby infrastructure, which means government has made money available for road construction. Government has made money for utility service. One more piping in Inyoma is made them available. They said the Okwakoto as we can't just say a service plot.
Yeah.
Everything is structured. But into this kind of problems, dear, it will never go away.
Anyway, quick one. Sikacha Diano, hello. Okay. Meluzminiano Obesiaba. Now, Rashid Jibril, Maria Adams is asking what kind of analysis is Edgar giving us? Yeah, bro. The issue is about ECG not giving us a better services. So they feel say ECG for no ain't me my good services. That's all. Hello, I'll come back. Pacho, your friend say?
Pacho from Mercy.
Mercy.
Yes.
Abo mama.
Pacho high.
Say.
500 cities.
Kai. Ucha say?
Pacho 40 cities.
And already 500.
Aye.
I see. Congrats anyway.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mercy. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. Na. Ya open so can see quick one.
No, asem na Edgar Kano. A woman and the big deal so a woman. But you see, Kwara, the ama discussion no akobanie. I say who opposition. And like I always use the loaf of bread to explain why we had done so. Now, governments before John Mahama, I encounter problems with generation. In the case of me of Akofuono, or tribe, yeah, but according to me,
or try to say.
Your bompire.
Because we offer the as of work akoso.
And yes, I could fire generators by.
Yeah,
by I know the.
Say, Joti as a government just for a catch.
Of a recuna, dear, so and can you see any train?
More for me, you know.
You see, Cobra. Then comes in John Mahama who says, look, I was elected as president to solve problems or fix them. And so, let me take the bull by its horn. And one loaf of bread, na ebia in the past, a family of 3, a father, mother, son, and daughter, Ediano. So you say, no, the family, no, ya expanded. Ama abedru se me mana nanom kra mpo no yensia ntino obi aso so light ni bia the one loaf of bread na nkakane yedi no enso yen enu ntie ne ma yen shedi load no ena wo bedidi ekina wo mindidi we na kofa dum so ba yo asembe na oti opposition akufa do oti opposition no oka ene no fortunately for this government wa maw pan no na ma na buso ama one kasa wa ba be confirm say you have excess capacity meboa ena in the abundance of water no the fool is still thirsty and every Ghanaian will be right to say then who mom na we mismanager, you are not managing the thing well because you have power in excess but you are not able to even let power now in excess no. What I say?
Nipa dear, so far as I'm not satisfied, I can say what I want to say.
Yes.
But that does not make it the fact. The reality must also come out.
Yes.
So, yes. Excess generation, say, yeah, money broso. You will be brave. Na Dubik waha maybe ona ko bit me I then amawo.
But do you remember said Dubik said
because and I make sense because you see one of the things that and I make us say you see and you maybe I was say you fan no serious no so no I am me bisa me who say even at parliament can Oforiata the budget beto ho. When I go through the budget, I don't see these issues being addressed. Unfortunately, 275 members in Somote Parliament, no. As if we say Oman Kasa no, they don't know what they are doing there. I didn't know what your friend is saying, population council or population census. I didn't know what.
It's for the planning purposes.
It's for the planning purposes. Into says every 7 years, your projection now. Ghana at a certain time in 2021, I guess, when this report came out, the government statistician say we are growing at a rate of 2.15%. So what it simply means is that ordinary arithmetic every year be a nipa 600,000 eba Ghana. Every year be a nipa 600,000 eba. Into all things being equal, no. So 7 years in the bebano, near the number 35 million. Budgets are ya presenting, no. How? What is in the budget? Say we are making provision for sa nipa 5 million no mobile kaya hono within the 7 years. Oh no, you don't see anything in the budget. Akwa to say, doso no na enyoma so doso. Okay, so for instance, you ask yourself, out of sa 5 million no, emu send the beya akron for. Emu send the beye a woody for. Since you see your prisons, have we expanded the prisons? Have we built new prisons? Because automatically you will have more criminals coming into the system. And one thing I say more prisons see I your friends saying. Your friends saying congested. Because ever since I see signs of one prison here, you see one. We have not made provision for certain things. So no. Enuntina yetiwe water is a problem because you have not planned to take care of womuna yes and no. And these are the problems in Tina bibi kitwe bi eba penona ahotre aiden aba. In the same way ayeke friends Nkrumah see your friends saying Akosomboy, right? Nature Senka from Nkrumah's time. How many years now? If each government could be acquired 100 kV kilowatts eka electricity generation for all these years. Kasa doom
so Edgar, the problem we are having and I make projections are yet to me and projected.
Yes.
Because now at least go and take car power. Car power will give you around 270 or 300 offer a Mary a generate power. Offer will be generate power. Okay, so we know to send command analyst to word if indeed those who claim that we have power in excess say na there do big catch you know. What stops a government in 8 years to project say okay, my mean focusing on how to protect a year power no ye generate here no say be ya enkrofo nkokoko eso basa abrochire systems. Why can't we build such systems here to protect the
two things
the electricity
infrastructure. But before you come in, more to the point is where can you be woho?
Yeah.
America buying I say distribution of power no a big problem am I enunti me PDS asem na making Mida was it Mida
Mida
took say me de misika $550 million ba share enyam kania no distribution ni se na be ya crisis and can nikwan say ba no because it was projected say beba ade baako a obekaya a free president Kufuor 2008 na owie aban no eba Professor Mills ba John Mahama no afena amanfo akono a omanya for air condition no na air cost pa
of course
no don't make that mistake. First of all, air condition is not luxury.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
So and then just a hamatani about whether na your friends say a yikakra. But the kind of heat that runs through the system between January to early May, no.
I know.
So air conditioning and your luxury, you need it as a human being.
Yeah.
As a human being, you need it.
Yeah.
Well, no.
But when you
Massa, let me tell you something. Okay, you can say when my dear friend, mental health, mental health. When your body is not adjusted properly, what done ajo? A demo shit. You didn't have a good sleep. Do you know how it affects your productivity? How strong you are?
So it comes back to the issue of how
you see
dying.
You see?
Because some question say,
Master,
first for the fun,
the weather. Don't forget, we have all this climatic condition, global warming. We have all these things. Don't forget about these things. I'm just a heat now. I say somewhere about 2 weeks ago. Now I said Nahamatan or and now it's a unity. Before then, now we wearable. A run and airborne. Me say. What obi crack in the car because all clad air conditioning ye jumana. You know the heat into air conditioning and things and your luxury. We need them, but at the end of the day, it comes at a cost. It comes at a price. So no. But one of the things that I also hear when they say, all these things that we are talking about, for me, my problem has always been with our engineers and then the government as a whole. At the frontier, we always want to rely on this thermal fossil fuel. That is what I don't understand. Why do we want to always rely on fossil fuel? Because fuel, right? the moment the prices begin to tumble, dollar nesu no. Now a cost of production and everything becomes high because you need to buy the fuel. Adentina area simha. Area simha. 1 hour. 1 hour of sunlight. 1 hour of sunlight. The energy a produce free sunlight 1 hour is more than the whole world need for 365 days. The energy requirements for the whole world for 1 whole year, 1 hour sunlight produces that energy all for us. Into your expertise, your engineers, all these technocrats guys are they be a back coat na ye cabrofo near call workshop ye call seminar. Why can't we develop the solar system? Why can't we develop the solar system? Free energy. Nyankopon amadi ye free. Just a debia de connection woman kwan. Debia connection
I'll come back. I don't even discussing the wind energy.
Ya kwa tofu na manfo twa ho mo ka to. Debia de
Now one quick comment here. Joe Dyke says, Bobby, everyone in Saudi Arabia uses air conditioning. You cannot live without it. And it is not expensive. It is not expensive to use air conditioner in Saudi Arabia anyway. Ojaba Gabazi says, so did you want to tell us if you have air conditioning, TV, fridge and bulbs is called overload or transformers on transformer? So then the light cannot be on. Okay, so the guy is just asking, say, yeah. But Ojaba, the issue now ECG Penini can once a man ye discuss no ye. The illegal you know ye the good transformers no so ye na ema transformers no so load no ekosra na entrepreneur say the problem about oh Edgar, the problem as you say no obi antimi entiase ne say when John Mahama was telling us that look ade we yen solve no once and for all ye free hydro we are seeing free hydro ecothermal. One more than get some bois and healthy discussions. Then say no, a technical because you need time to build a thermal plant. Thermal plant in your brudu. Oh boy, another question from you know what Banamudi. One more the politics and then can you do ma or say no and find your politics. That is the problem we are having now.
And I may just say that it's not a question say one more the politics. Like I'm saying, no. NDC was in power. MPP for Eka and Sem. NDC for ANT. And then MPP is in power. NDC for Ekasa. MPP say Omuntie. There is this. There is this. I don't want to go into those politics. I don't want to go into
nothing.
No, wait a minute. I don't want to go into politics.
I'm telling you.
No, Bobie, I don't want to go there. Yes, I don't want to go
listen
there.
to me. Oman Kashi, nothing. Okay. You can point one.
Okay. If that is what you say, so be it. I don't want to get there. But what I'm saying is this.
But if somebody needs to
No, you see, don't tell me that NDC are angels.
No,
so they are not. Exactly. So they faulted.
I agree.
Then let's keep quiet there. The point I'm trying to make is this. Anybody in power, so far as you did 2 minutes in same no. If you say him too much, he is never prepared to listen. And I say it cuts across all governments. It cuts across from the beginning of time. Because a new man kitting kitty be or no mad. Woka. This is the Eka say, Obi the second Ufuriata. Right? Who is he listening to? He's not listening to anybody because he thinks he knows it all. The mess in which the country is in, he still does not see it like it's a mess. So far as he's concerned, he's doing a good job. When you listen to the MPP friends saying, is it communicators or whatever it is like, who accepts that the country is in a mess? They don't accept. So far as they are concerned, they are doing a good job. Akufo-Addo thinks he's the best president. Okay? He thinks the best president that the country has ever had. That is it. Whoa. Then all these things are happening, right? In John Mahama's time, John thought he was the best president.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes on like that. But the reality is this, like I'm saying, say, yeah, let me tell you something. One thing I'm catch a friend saying, public accounts committee. I met a few of them and then I said something to them very simple. More public accounts committee, more state house. And our job says, and I say, Yamani didn't for.
Job, state house.
Job says,
yeah, job says.
Yet the a friend saying, yet the how do you call it? Budget I bet too many. More approval budget. Okay. More share a year for National Fire Service. National Fire Service budget. Mumpo. National Fire Service. The tender now no. The highest it can go is 4 floors. Most 10th, 11th, 12th floors. One amote. Eja top 5th floor. Na eba soro honoma.
E ka ba fie.
Ya be hwe de oba be kukurume free esoro honom. Meanwhile, ya de budget be to honom no. Oh no. You didn't even see the tender. Now just you didn't even approve one tender for them.
Maybe no more parachute.
Hana make maybe no more parachute. You won't be free. Fine. And then look at what is happening here. And then that's why I'm asking them. Now I'm saying, Parliament, look at you, right? Even your own lives, you are not seeing how important your own lives are. Meanwhile, we are still giving people licenses to be building sky-rise buildings of how many floors? And nobody is concerned. Nobody is taking anything. Inti ejan tomu na enkrofo ni nsisi aden de esi wo foreign affairs building no yemfa nsu anyansa. Na ye enkrofo nshi enwu ni embe form committee na omumra num tea ni cream crackers. Now at the end of the day nothing happens. So it tells you the mentality. You go and make noise about this, nobody cares. And I told them personally, Obako Jaka them say, yeah, Edgar, I said, okay, they true. And I'm saying, fire service, or more budget, but Tom winning. Did anybody scrutinize to see? It doesn't matter to them. Because at the end of the day, fire service, they then even through the BT, through the but you see the kind of
meanwhile yeah building and
meanwhile or not the same fire service no or no you see you can't understand fire service no you are the person also giving permits to people to build those
meanwhile uni gadget BBC anyway Seahorse 50/50 engine coolant Mr. Osawonye wodi a we Ghana ni wotemenka on car ne boarding se wonye wodi akọ ne kwaje wodi na bow car na engine no ban na ene no wade a somu yie o wade a somu yie because se car woman engine no bogbrra e car wo bebo no wo betutu no enya asem kuma but to protect o car na engine na abeye smooth ama de bia no use Seahorse 50/50 engine coolant ebe boa pa Ghana for agiatum wiase afa na nyina agi atum 0244-577-559 ubetumi afre omo now mamenka Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic once mencho the bright soja capsules and a bright garlic plus capsules aba na ade ayema omo no say omo side provide ambulance services into behwe no se bia pese wo ha ambulance wo de wani kire Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic omo beboa omo se ko various shops across the country ubenya bright soja capsules and a bright garlic plus capsules ni bi ato mamenka top choco for and a day top choco chocolate spread aba na no so na de e fa brodomu nkoda no omuko school now before brodomu mom sa no money age papa one man decided 3-in-1 chocolate drink the only answer so age osuo hie wo hwie gumu a waya una okono so top choco Ghana force say o sorry na so benya hoode na no pa o breakfast no no afa 3-in-1 chocolate drink from 0243033033 onsa ebetimi aka omo ye ba be last adwuma na ye de apon I'll be back.
Say the Mako who Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who crave me say enunti no manya award wa. Eya word best. Obian transe Emma Dumpem ya de ka say anase boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Esa want to say ne kuro etu no ne enkan ewo nanum. Oba na be mo pa wo ene enyarwan kaye.
Nansi ma me ka say ene spinal cord ho ekaye no. Greenfield ada romenti ene wasa so de gina na so epiem.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our ultramodern laboratory and a diagnostic machine, sir. I should share the Pediani Muankasa. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our Nungwa Dogon, Estate Junction, last stop. Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898.
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last stop.
Some swinging. Mama button bra.
Hey, no one on origin to we.
And now when I wash a school in some dear. What's our fee? I want to Woffy JH. Look for SHS1. Bet sniff your chirp, papa.
Oh, he answer. See us some doughy. St. Andrews SHS for sale. Some from the resource in Bempa. When you're what there? What before be? What's that SHS1 that waiting result? May you need an index number, Baba. The tree resource in the bar. Next, I bet you. Remember, will be in Smith.
Aha, private school,
eh? St. Andrews SHS. Are you grade A private school? And you will be able to go school. And you go school or what? I when you saw home from open over SHS2, on SHS3. Nasafi no be SHS1. None results in being pa. Let's see. One boarding house or what? Oh, yeah, corner there. Teachers no so forcing from him was yarding. What pass was easy. A better will be a general arts, business, economics, agri, general science, visual art. For St. Andrews, and men campus no asking for su. Wakra Hadzi, you will test it cheap level. Last stop, 0244 696911. St. Andrews SHS. We are always in the lead.
Hey. When we send your police in your draw, Imbusaba Mesa Amama Huadeng.
Refuse to grow, and young offense were back.
And what day immune system or Yankopon, and you're ready Pediamu Samoya Hubano, and Nasa Wunum Imbusaba Mesa, a Peja immune system Nabribia. Ya Yarientimu. Sasa dear, a man for the one, Eddie Imbusaba Mesa, Dronua dance yes, and Yarua who ran Nipa and Yina Etimi Banaso, and in Yarua Cassian Kaya Wutini D and a whole car. Now Yamwa suing Yano, a boy who buying every home. And now Pa, one Yarwana Dada, no monum doctor in Rono, and no Imbusaba Mesanoa, and Mama who are deep in tea. Ya Womuntim Pose, Yaria Esomo, Imbusaba Mesa, a walk Kashi, and you may move Bia Yato in row, and to form Fred 0246 20 8496. FDA, Ashisha said, Jedi and Cratui Magia to Musay.
Obeda, Koran Koda, a man of the den cry. Tabia Takum, where the a member you don't know, a million. One day, and one day, I am Memedro, and you think a band may be a here below, and to four and you'll be a pedigree Tratombia, and chemical shops, pharmaceuticals, and the herbal shops beer. I was gonna handle beer. And I said, Fraying, I was 0243 686861, and 0245 749206. Sankatwe, FDA Fajatu, Kaset, Tabia Takumia, Bemabia Yatakum.
Not recommended for lactating mothers, pregnant women, and children under 15.
Lincoln Professional Institute eye school pon bia yekire odisua di bia de ema na adwene mu ebobewo programs ayeye no baako ene advanced business certificate examinations ABCE emu no courses aye offer eye diploma in business administration, diploma information technology IT nye tosua bien eye general business certificate examinations eye GBCE sara nso ne eye classes for wasi esan ye wasi remedials enti osuku di bia wantwa ne wasi ensohwe ne betumi aba be ye wase remedials ewe ye ngasoye asem de ne say ye waye biometric registration ni nyina wa ha mfi ha nkwa ba bia ye be bribia ma wo genew emfaso a ewo ABCE ene GBCE programs ayeye no ema wakwenya ema wunya admission eco level 200 ewo university bia ubenya nimdia wiase nyina agya atuma efata say wubetwa won sohwe Lincoln Professional Institute de ye wa akyerɛkyerɛfo anwa adwene mu abɔbe wa wonim de ye school fees de eye fofofo ye send gyina mu bua ma wunya admission wo university ye ma wo free career guidance and academic counseling ye wo hostel facility mamia ne merema ne boyefo enti ba bia odi wuti beto de enwene hu bio Lincoln Professional Institute ewo Madina Rolling Circle Accra inkyerɛkyerɛ mu bia frɛyɛn 0243 530 917 ana 0241 240 688 and 0576 046 421.
Police in Yadro, Imbusaba Mesa, Abama Huaden.
Refuse to grow, and young offense swabek.
And what day immune system or Yankopon, and you're ready for Yadmusa Wayahubano, and Nasa Wunum Imbusaba Mesa, a Peja immune system Nabribia, Yadiantimu. Sasa dear, a month for to draw one, the Imbusaba Mesa, Dronua dance yes, and Yarwa who ran Nipa and Yina Etimi Banaso, and in Yarwa Cassian Kaya Witini D and a Hoka. No, Yamwa suing in ano, and why you buying every home. And now one pa, one dada, no monum doctor in Rono, and no Imbusaba Mesanoa, and more who are deep in tea. Ya woman timpose, Yaria Esomo. Imbusaba Mesa, and walk crazy, and you are may move bia your toe in row. At 0246 20 8496. FDA, Ashisha said, Jody and Crat to Imagia to Musay.
All right, so live on Accra 100.5, yes, yeah, baby. Star 413 hash, star 413 hash. No about okay, so you got here, Ora, Alan Chematin, and I think I don't know whether a direct response to Ora Kofi Bento.
Mahmoud Baumia is the vice president. He has had all the opportunity working with the president to do whatever he can do for this country. And let me be very, very fair to the sitting president. The sitting president has been fair to the vice president. He's giving him all the opportunity to run this country. The man is tired. There's nothing new he can do. And that's a fact. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is the vice president. He has had all the opportunity working with the president to do whatever he can do for this country. And let me be very, very fair to the sitting president. The sitting president has been fair to the vice president. He's giving him all the opportunity to run this country. The man is tired. There's nothing new he can do. And that's a fact. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is the vice president. He has had all the opportunity working with the president to do whatever he can do for this country. And let me be very, very fair to the sitting president. The sitting president has been fair to the vice president. He's giving him all the opportunity.
Last response of the man, Ghana for, and I think I have it here, and let me just read through it quickly.
I'm reading something here.
Yeah.
Resign you.
As national organizer.
I don't know.
It could be fake.
Oh, they be source with the correct source. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, source with the very correct.
Okay. Mon check me here. But I resign on what?
I must have was an NT was.
When we have
I just saw it. There's no information, so I don't know whether a fake news. Maybe as I say for the device.
Anyway, so Ghana for response and quick one. I say my earlier post elicited a lot of responses. Many say that they tried this government and it failed them, and so they want to do another trial. The same people are advocating for someone who earlier failed and was rejected. It is amazing that they can't see the huge contradiction. That position is illogical when they advocate for JM. You tried JM and Nanado and you claim they failed. DMB has not been tried and he has not failed as president. So that logic falls flat. By the trial logic, the person left is DMB. If you are not to return to the certified proven failure, then only DMB is qualified. I'm simply saying, give the man a fair hearing. He is not Nanado, and he has been the best VIP in Ghana's history. In life, we move forward, don't go back, especially to what you tried and failed when you have a fresh choice. For me, even if I'll make a mistake, I'll make it going forward and not backward. Okay, so Shalom, this one is coming from Obia sent me a message say Nanabi I resigned because of the emission tax he was talking about, that the government should withdraw and all that. But yamra back to this matter. Listen, mame mona mane Edgar Baba Baby. So Atlanta Martin has waded into this conversation on social media and other places. Is going on COVID and ignite adino and amount for ATSM say, look, we won't allow you to do a nano bill. But this is Alan Martin's position that Baumia is just tired. Wabre eso jadi no no ko pebe bitna.
Kwara de kan na wo se ye nyina edin kan hu se se wo ye adwuma na ebi adwuma no in the course of activity no obra yehu Baumia onye adwuma bia ena wabre. He has nothing to offer. I'm surprised Alan is saying say Baumia abre adwuma be na waye. What you say? Onye adwuma bia. Entino I think say he has been very charitable, considering maybe bia on ne wa bemu ne bia Alan na won said that mpe nyoma bi and tebia na he's just being economical with the truth. Baumia a free ada obeye running mate in 2008 eba ya be pim 2016 eno no metimi aka say 2014 15 16 ho no ena o started say oye bibi amagana fua agina tum say he can be a politician. And our started so oye public lectures. I think say after public lectures now you know when you da we are paying him money for no work done.
Okay, so
he has been the most lazy vice president Ghana.
Member back to you, but lawyer Martin Pebu on Professor Jampo. Tama COVID kofa issue ni by no, they also waded in and now my conversation lawyer Akwaba
Bobie
Council boko there
I'm not the mo boko
yeah the radio say minim say COVID nkoma odi no mu tisi mu Professor Jampo no so ba mu me ready motos ni ade but then nwumre o ma more response ansana o kwa say obey minim so who the response no.
Okay, but me quite a kakra but me responded directly to Bento.
Yeah.
I've been talking about Baumia anyway.
Yeah.
Me can assume that. But Bento don't know specifically and that me call a XYZ TV. You can vice president what himself on Buhuti on board number. But I wasn't subscribed
talking about Bentil. But so the American one, fine. It's okay. Now Bentil is my good friend.
Yes, and yet also
very good
no, one direction. No,
me as a media, you better come and because friendship won't come in because
anyway. Now, the response to one more woman in Yagini, not directly at you, or more woman in Yagini, and but Nami Busasa one who response on the by, and it's still on Dr. Bawumia that Dr. Bawumia won't fail, won't need president that. Akufo-Addo a fail, John Mahama a fail, but say Akufo-Addo a fail, Bawumia fail. That is his argument.
It's serious. Lawyer Benson. Oh, me, I'm a lawyer. The lawyer, I did make an appointment to a piece of FM. That I may hear Jumada be the radio. So, and I'm working came with the Pratt, Kwame Sefakamu. Now, will be ditching, say, one casa. And you read the portion nature and view a hand and Akunia, not Akunia ditching, said Bentil and Casa. I'm ready whole Kuti Pratt, me ready who be in Chireno, then another hope is no. Listen, I didn't yet, to be honest, though Bentil is my lawyer, and the S3. Obi of the Cathedral say, so sometimes, no, we don't have to go on and on and on. It's obvious. Say, Nassimo, okay, we be and Tasum. So sometimes we don't need to, spend so much time on it. It's so clear. That's not about me and Kasampuni. Only, we akwala bi organ ahead him say, they be Bawumia Akufo-Addo de omodi enhwa papa. You see omobusua na aye kata ahye ne proye na aye omma omunyina. Tina kene Japan aka say omukwa omowie sika sa Akufo-Addo appointees this government. So it includes Bawumia. Omunyina kene Japan so omunyina omowie sika di akosha abrochiri as if there is no tomorrow. Japan said it. Say they are stealing money and splashing it abroad like there is no tomorrow. Well, better say Bawumia has not been involved in this government. It's not true. A friend is saying, one video now, Koran, Ubehu, Yaosafo, or Presi Bawumia, or Bawumia, or Prejuma time. He's in charge of the economic management team, and the economic management team. So initially, IMF programs na Abwa economy. IMF program na JM Coin, that's the 16th one. No, also I call IMF program now much children on Sani na at the discipline back into 2017-2018. Abwa. Ube so Safuma Fujina video no si Bawumia or Prejuma Pana Yembo Semumano. So quite clearly, even before Safuma said it, Bawumia is always saying he's involved. Into Bentil Kokasi and tested Bawumia and Obwa because Safuma video no. Me too. Bobie when you say video no.
Yeah, Mashebi.
Yeah, you see Safuma saying that when bon Sema Bawumia no Prejuma Pan on the or your midfield liberal ball or ball position bia or say he's so professional. He's secretary. He's that. Nyomani now to me on your hand time on your who say or a vice president or to so they be very down to earth. Playing different roles. Internet says all the bad football one or your midfield liberal. Into on the liberal. Oh, so because he tested Bawumia, then that would be false because they said he was very instrumental in 2017-2018. So certainly, the economy no better to some and so can. And apart from that, the 26 lies and misrepresentations by Bawumia. Said Bobie, I don't know, the last time I made studio. See, I can come.
Yeah.
And also, Besi Zongo, secondary school, so Zongo's and I only knew I recently, when who said, and Oman, and on my said they see two Zongo, two secondary schools. Oh, so that they are on the cafe, or my shaft, and Nanyamagua, Kwaimu for the rest. Science recently, also, Kaya Yifu, more into a moment election, a ban into who AEB said, Omonia 2 be or Madina. She Ubia Mobile 7 years, 1 year, 8 year, Nuna, why you 2? And the answer officer Ben said, promises no more for full yeno, or better me, no, I ain't Kakra club into a choir, or say, oh, Kaya Yefuno, you see 2 hostels into a Nemagua Kwaimu for the rest. Zongo secondary schools, and some Kasombe secondary schools, Zongo's move for all the regions, right? And also, yes, I 2. after the Omunyansa or Munyano, no, say the Diano, or Musa Bidika Cranko Choki, all of their promises, no making any Huaka say, or Mugusu, it's work in progress. Oh, but I do it, no, it's so clear, but anyway, you will be the unless
a cabefi.
Yeah, David, wait, you're Kwan or.
But, Council, yeah, that's a bit anyway.
And that's it.
Okay, all right, so that's it. I'm right back to the studio. Little Bonopo, we nominate Ganyu.
Kwanena may say, Alan has been very charitable and very economical with the truth.
Oh, but you bet me, I can't.
Oh, no, but it's not fair, say, baby, Alan. Or then a man yourself could do ya, say no, or the leader of the movement for change, a radical group now or behave with say or so for original puppet him trying to mesmerize the audience. I don't think it's right. I was saying the panel, what can I say here? Bawumia is a very, very, very lazy man, and Busani made sir. Tembiano, or ye chew and poor type. What I say? And yes, I was being, but exams no. I say the examination, as they have always said, favors fools, and he's able to pass it. But sending dear pa dear, I'm sure you know one of his mates are Madam Fo. Or say Bawumia nye obia or ye scholar wa being there be. And me hwani ne ye na ohun say mpempi no nipa a wo ye braggart no say o ka asem na ono ankasa ne gestures ne kura timi hu say I say o bragge ebi kura na owo car but otimi say dwana num say me aeroplane. Even though car no crap on your pians and I just what I say. The way now Bawumia be joined a room as a lecturer. And you know what got people swindled and made people feel say he had something to offer no. And then a new beam. Because myself, like I said yesterday, it was a novelty, say a vice presidential candidate, one mounted platform, trying to, be very practical with the theories, and what terms are a year propounded by, persons in economics are, or more in what it takes, to mend the wounds at that time, and on my aphorisms bebree. For example, if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you and all, so many of them. Only for him to become vice president. And you say, okay. Akufo-Addo na kwa na beka say Bawumia, the Nyankopon de wiase nyansa nyina ase ni trim.
Oh, ayi.
Na o ka no. Na nani da so nyina ne Bawumia. And you could feel it in his voice. In fact, Ubeka say, even as candidate Akufo-Addo no, or introduce Bawumia say, the economic woes of this country, because of Bawumia, it will come to an end. Then you come and you woefully fail, you perform abysmally. And then the word economy, it has become a difficulty. Say Bawumia, betimiaka economy. And now, quickly, what Ganya ko say, your friend is saying, digitalization, And now, you see, idea nya una de buy no. And you difficult so bit me defend it. According to say, oh yeah, o doctorate na obi atro thesis amount. Na afi yesi be defend it. Na nipa kro na o tro thesis amount no Nyankopon atonsa afre no. Oni wiase biem. And
ka ba fie
wa kira o de e wo kwa wo se wo ka. Enti how do you defend your thesis? What you say? So Bawumia no enkofo na tro sa lectures ni nyina ma no na okodwa nanum. Ana sa nkofo no ebi ni wiase. It is say no. How does he defend his thesis? No, oba abem no wantimi and defend me thesis na kan sem bebrebe a wo kan ye no enya John Mahama IMF okọ ya enka the first 2 years of Akufo-Addo Bawumia regime no ekomu hu baby omo famfa enu na suso omumu when IMF eyi ni say free economy no afi no on eniguase e be kan yen ene watimi akwa ma the most ridiculous one cry e ba ya just say me who how a government can just stoop this very lowest lower bar na to its barest say Russia now only Ukraine for kontokwa no omo economy no look at the economic indices and the indicators no hwe baby omo economy no omo ye to bomb wo mukro mu no hwe baby omo economy indicators no ejinjina na ye de etino Alan should tell it as it is. He should be able to tell it as it is. Bawumia is a very lazy man. It's not as if he went to work and he has fatigue after working. He has not worked. He's only drawing salaries for no work done. For no work done. Obi ntimi nkyereme adwuma Bawumia ye ba kope. Untimi nkyereme. Because nkyereme am kyereme be free. Everything digitalization, John Mahama, and I want the credit for it. On the Dimijna baby na make us buy. Onuna, your friend is saying, or lay the first fiber optics in this country. On the see digital center, on the see data center. And you know, Bama time, and a Uber bag Ghana. I didn't know the boy a chrono, but me had the boy a chrono. So, I don't know, a Ghana Post GPS. Okay, say we were live flogging na den no sanyo manoma na okika keka ni nyina no senya Mahama enka sade no nka mai Uber Mahama time na 2015 na amanfo Uber me use Uber me kwam ko tobi mankofo Mahama time ana omo ba ye Uber wo Ghana entidie na omo de fa so fankofo ko baby fa say Bawumia na de bae enti Mahama time no Uber no Omunam kofofi no mbokokoko. Were we not using the app? And was it not GPS? You see how Bawumia is a criminal? He can just use words. And you see, when you have persons that are able to swindle you with raps, Bawumia say okogers or benya ges pa. Onim rap. But
one anyway ko.
Okoshe dem a ontimi nyehu. I just okobusa sewa. And I just okobusa sewa. Media menko. But Bento there, Kofi Bento there, me no, I think say the least I discuss him, the better for me, because you know I don't discuss such persons. You have a right to choice. Me, I have said it to myself, say I will always make sure my brain works effectively before I make a choice. There are people who don't find the need to apply their IQs. Ebi musoso IQ wo low. Obi oha odwen ansa no aye bibi. Me no. Obi also okoye wi ansa no akofia kodwen ho. I think the latter is a big thing that can happen, can create a mess in a life. Or on a right to choice. Also ope Bawumia. Me kura mi hu na ose Bawumia kakra. In terms of their reasoning, their life and behavior, ose Bawumia. I'm not surprised. But to tell me, say, you saw Bawumia here, it's the big lie, a big fat lie. That's one I hear. As far you go so cry, yes, on the anyway, I saw him what fairly. John Mahama was vice before becoming president. John Mahama could not even, as president, beat his own record as vice when he was the economic management team head. Sir, economic indicators are in terms of inflation, GDP growth, and all that, as vice president, When will be what? Fourth Republic, when will be that? And what be a president? And namo, when you Akufo-Addo, sika Ghana for the mamu, some of them, John Mahama, wakoji loans nkwa 54 billion. 54 billion no Ghana for ebetimi de omo nsa kyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma bebrebe so a ɛyɛ yɛn fa so deɛ Akufo-Addo ane Bawumia omo nkyerɛ yɛn efiri yɛfɛ ne sɛn 2017 to date. They cannot even account for 10% of monies that they have accrued. They cannot. Whopa, after saying Omefra Bemuno, Yenye national audit from 2017 to 2025 January 7. Yenye national audit. Niye say, Nyoma Akufo-Addo no ba Bemu nyina oma ye. How much did it cost Ghana? It will not accrue to 10% of Sika Akudi Omoho. Criminals in government. Then you, Kofi Bentel, you think you can fool us because you look in our eyes and faces and you think you see fools. This time, Kwasi Eniate, Agroni Begu, and then no monam. So solicited for views, mewa. Yeah, and that's the first time our politician be yes, sir. I think the first time na yeba in democracy, you know, the constitution. Framers of the constitution went round like that, soliciting for market women and all those their views and to just get a constitution for Ghana. They went round. They say Mahama is going round. But we had the yes, we are high Mackenzie for no South Africa for no much on the manifesto man. Yeah, channel. Or match the obey. Anyway, this time down balls and the obey. Anyway,
but Edgar, now Obi sending me message. I was saying no busami because and I mean one MPP communicator engagement on Facebook. I don't catch them say Vice President office no like Kofi Brent argument no. Vice President office na your office bia wo how won't be in function and all that. And I'm be say nipa say enti na omunim saa na questions no a ba omiade koma misata as vice president onya no no economic no questions no now say misata enya no in what capacity if onim say as a vice president your office doesn't matter. You doesn't come into anything, it's of no use. Inti na omo esre park esie misata as vice president no. Na eyedianya. I don't know. Anyway, Yango.
You see, one of your biggest problems is Ghanaians and Kasai are gullible. Big gullible. Just I say. Yeah, said ye knew my a year a fan. And tina politicians, you know, don't always ride us. Said ye we allow our brains to function. Yeah, type of politicians na yenyano. And don't always ride us. I think so, and you may be or yan na yede. Yes, so ye one, ye man in your grounds. But then, quite a number of the issues that we waste the airspace on, are totally unnecessary. But as someone says, that is how the Ghanaian is. So you have to play it for the Ghanaian. Into Berkshire, politics, they be politics as a man, you know what? I don't think it's some of these issues. Like I keep saying, they don't merit discussion. One, Obi as an individual, and or say, or prefer Bawumia to John Mahama or Akufo-Addo, because Onufu say these two people have had a chance. We know only a chance. And you feel say we back. That is the person's opinion. Do we need to spend time debating it? You don't have to spend time debating it. Obi Sobekanasem say, yes, John Mahama came to power. he's seen whatever went wrong. He wants to come and right the wrongs. That is somebody's opinion. Do we debate it? The problem is that we are going to the polls. Come either December or November, yeko polls. Yeko to aba. Yeko choose who will be our next leader. Okay? Because Akufo-Addo will win 8. At the cry what dream now what they call your friend is saying, your friend saying, box reference saying, boot no, they are what dream at the call. It is up to you. At the end of the day, you can't abana the way the first no say well fa, the OD second no best about back again. That's another matter. Into people's opinions about issues, no. I don't think it's is worth wasting time discussing, because everybody has an opinion about something. Everyone has an opinion about something. Asama Alan Ekano, or no Alan, he's been with Baomia for what, almost 7 years or something. They all work together under the same government.
Yeah.
And he was also a member of the EMT. Alan was a member of the EMT.
Yes.
Yes. And on no ban or say, well, knowing who the man is, no. Won't feel say the man has any your friends say thing to offer. Fine. That is what he sees, right? Obisu Jinan Chen. You see, I was asking a question the other day, collectively, collectively. I was going to say, Alan, you are part of the economic management team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hold yourself also responsible for the mess in the country?
My busa question we are about 1,000 times.
Because you're also part of it. Collectively, you all took the decision.
Yeah, cabinet minister.
You see, collectively, you took the decision. And it is not about Sebeka media name in Peniso, but do wanna say yeah Peniso and I say. Those kind of arguments, they don't, your friends, come in. I was going to say, Asama initially near came. NDC guys decided that they will vote against something. MPP people use their numbers to vote them out. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you say a parliament.
Yeah.
You say a parliament na I pass it. That is the decision.
So against
parliament na aye. So what he said down and say is he is part of the economic mess and now you want to shift the blame. So some of these things no. But then you see one of the funny things you say woman is you see the economic management team no. To say how do you call it? A cabinet. Okay? It's a cabinet. Cabinet on its own cannot do anything without the approval of the president, because cabinet is actually assisting the president. Well, no, cabinet no. Woman Jumani said one more assist the president in help decision making, blah blah blah. But then the final thing is in the hands of the president. The same thing, the economic management team no. You are like a sidekick of the president. Into whatever you do, no. At the end of the day, the president must give his approval to it and say, I want it this way or I don't want it that way. And don't forget that there have been few times our president Nankasa Ayede chair economic management meetings. He himself has chaired the meetings.
Yeah.
Well, no. Into some of these things, no. When you are discussing them now, I feel say maybe we do them for academic exercises. But the bottom line is boot nenko for air komuno, right? As Baumia himself said sometime, the economy is how you feel in your pocket. The economy,
yeah,
how you feel in your pocket. Inti wona kwa to abano no. How you feel as an individual living in Ghana, no. And boot no. So you have that choice. So Uji this Baumia ebeba no baby in ya, it is up to you. If you feel Baumia should get out and JDM should come now, it's up to you. So mumi enu na international na afafranto imraswa is up to you. But some of these, like I'm saying, arguments here and there, it's just waste of breath and time.
But Edgar, I think such conversations also help us to take decisions. It shapes our minor thinking. That is why across the world we talk about personalities, political personalities. What can they do? We discuss it. Where I challenge with Kofi Benton. Ne right up no. Se Kofi Benton di shemu say, Baumia ye say. Then we can tackle the policies.
That is what I'm saying.
Then we can discuss it.
That is the point I'm making, and I made earlier that you see, that is your opinion.
Yes.
So, and I'm saying, so I don't need to debate your opinion. Okay. Say, adiena ye dia toho. Na ye can say then taking a decision on something now. That is when we can get into a debate. All right. Ebia ye kwa koye ejumebi. There's something for us to do. How do we approach it? What are the things that we have to do? That one we can get into a debate. But opinion in ye, that is opinion. If you debate it, whatever it is, like I'm saying, it's just an academic exercise. It doesn't go anywhere, right? As you rightly said, you would have wished they say, and ka oma certain indicators, ka oma certain targets. Now, onka say, the reason why I prefer Baumia over this person, no, is X, Y, Z. Say the menu so air canono. Senka o de no two table no so or no so be ye or in so no the metrics. And I just had it yo. Or no so be in the metrics at all. Now I can say, okay, during the what was the inflation at that time? What were the interest rates at that time? What was the unemployment rate at that time? What was this? Said they who came 54 million, 54 billion, Mahama Kokofa XYZ to 3 year anyway. Also 300 and something Akofa then I would year. You know, when you come up with those specifics now, then there's something that you can debate on, right? But if you just make an opinion, say, I prefer this one, I mean, that's nothing to waste time debating on. That's just a complaint. If what the barber two table,
because I agree with you also on the point. Say Kofi tactfully ran away from discussing the standards. She said, "You so onwa oni hweka. Osi ba omi aye adwuma pa, adwuma ben wanka." So I agree with you, except to say in the body politics now, you know, there are people whose opinions play a major role, or sometimes it could be negative or positive in the minds of many others.
That's what I'm saying. And also, I say Ghanaians are gullible.
Yes.
So no,
but knowing then how Ghanaians behave, no. We don't allow some of these things to slide.
No, anything you say, your friend is saying, how is it floating voters or descending? Because you see, the problem is that the MPP man is the MPP man, okay? No matter what it is, or MPP man. The NDC man is the NDC man. No matter what it is, he's the NDC man. So if, let's say, NDC has 7 million people, MPP has 7 million people, omu ina beto aba mo. Na ebia 500,000 be na eshemu no. Omu no metre who the winner comes. So those are the people who are not gullible. Those are the people who are very smart and discerning. They are the people who can make that difference. Because I don't see how ubetumi akwa go jina bonsomtwe bantuma and go and convince them that NDC is better than NPP. I don't see how you can go and sign a K2 South, North Tongue, to tell them that NPP is better than NDC. It wouldn't work. Okay?
Yes,
so definitely you have that slim thing. They are the people who make and omake. So woman no mukra power no. But as to say,
but would you also agree with me, say?
Yeah.
Even those that float, no.
Yeah.
The swing voters, no.
Yeah.
They may have to have some basis. Now, would him say people are able to swindle people
naturally?
Say, knowing you, and then, you know, I will see you tilt towards maybe the Nkrumah ideology more.
I don't believe in any of those things.
Now,
my position is very simple. I don't believe in MPP ideology, CPP ideology. I don't believe in any of those things.
Yes.
Let life be comfortable for the ordinary man. You have been given a mandate to govern.
Yes.
Okay. Governance is not about being a friend saying having degrees and qualifications and what have you, right? There is something known as intelligence, right? You can be an economist, you can be a lawyer, you can be what. If you are not intelligent, you can never govern.
Yeah.
Intelligence involves a lot of applying knowledge, wisdom, skills to understanding so many things. Yeah. When you are making decisions, you have to do a whole lot of reflection, looking at let me just digress a little, tell you something funny. My friend was giving my madam for being a man, your friend is a national service job.
Yeah.
Yes, your uncle, your friend is in Kwanza whole baby. Ni pay ye did or so money in Kohona, then same baby. And I said, you know, one of the mistakes you are making is the fact that Wachanano, you want this your boy to be in a responsible position. But to be in that responsible position or no, he's never had a feel of knowing what it takes to live outside his normal Accra business. Now, if such a person is going to take a decision for the whole country, or no area, see, he doesn't know the culture of the people.
Or cantonments.
Exactly.
So
you see, intelligence is something that is very huge when we are talking. It has nothing to do with your degrees and your titles and your professorship and your chartership and all that. Well, no. The dynamic, you see, dynamism. You know, these are things that you want to look out for and want to bring out someone who has what it takes to do that thing.
Anyway, I think my time is up. So the issue about policies and what's not yes about me whether lectures.
Well, my expectation is and conform some more market can theories I have church books no it's no ba be can be my expectation so ne say on make any statement be a progressive,
but at least you talk about the economy
and
what he can do to
exam will be, but the ebesa magana for so crab yembe money say echna he will begin to paint Akufo-Addo black.
Aya heba industry so omo de aya man go, aya firm, aya men flow, aya men vital, and aya slim and aba wanyi bia why your home atongo in heaven there is no beer.